This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Movement.
Oh, yes.
And it's also brought to you by HelloFresh.
Double ad.
2 ads.
Love it.
I love it too.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
Oh, it's good to be back.
It's good to be back. It's not the first of the year because we did one for the wrap-up of last year, which was the end of the year. But now...
This is the first proper episode? No.
Yeah. There was some other stuff that was up there.
Regardless, good to be back.
Hey, good to be back. Thank you for signing up for a big sandwich over the break. We got a bunch of new subscribers, which is cool for bonus stuff.
Remember in Iron Man 2 when he lands on the stage and the suit comes off and he's got that cool tuxedo on?
Yeah.
It's just us, but the suits land and they open up and we just fall face first on the stage.
I was going to say also...
We're all raggedy, like we've just washed up on a beach.
And prior to that, he'd been vomiting also in the movie.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
yeah. Okay, that's accurate.
But we don't come out looking cool. Yeah. I'm wearing gumboots for some reason. It's just a mess.
I got a bird sticking out of my ear. It's not a comfortable flight over.
No, it's really
2020
not.
was not a comfortable flight.
No, it certainly isn't.
But we're back stronger than ever, presumably.
Presumably, yeah. Now, this is going to be a big episode because we've got a bunch of news that we've got to catch up on, and even just from the last week. And not only that, we're going to go through all the new releases of 2021.
Yeah.
But we'll see, won't we?
We sure will.
We sure will.
This is going to be the most optimistic episode ever.
Exactly.
Should we mark it down on our No Time to Die calendar?
We're going to talk about that. But if you do want to jump around to any of the news of the week, we're talking a bunch of delays. We're talking...
But not Dismays.
Not Dismays, that's right. Godzilla vs. Kong got a trailer. Christopher Nolan's in a bit of a strop, Mason.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's Batman the Animated Series news. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff going on, which I know you love.
I'm glad we're starting our 2021 with someone in a strop.
Exactly.
Having a sook.
Having a big sook. A bunch of Marvel casting and movie news, some Justice League stuff, and then after all of those things, then we will do the thing that I said we'd do. But yeah, time codes in the description, as always. But Mason, you did mention it, delays, but not dismays, because as I've written here in my notes, what better way to start off 2021 than with just a whole lot of more delays, just more.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
More and more.
Yeah.
More and bigger.
More and bigger. That's right.
Longer delays.
That's right.
If anything, I think I would prefer if they were just everything's 2022, actually.
Yeah.
Just don't even think about it for the next year because it's not coming out.
No, unless it's HBO Max, which is coming out.
Oh.
But one of the first ones of many, we've got Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, or Afterlife, 3 or 4
5.
or 1.
Wait.
The game was counted, didn't it?
No, does it?
That's the unofficial, or even official third one.
Three.
Or
Okay, right. Okay. So then this is 5 then.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, unless you count the real Ghostbusters.
I do not, mate.
What about the other Ghostbusters?
Just Ghostbusters.
Yes.
The one with the gorilla. We talked about it in a video relatively recently.
Yes.
But that also we recorded 100 years ago, maybe. Look, we're a bit rusty. I've been to the beach. It's really late. We're obviously a day late if you're recording this because I just got back. But anyway, so that's moving from June to November. Mm-hmm. Morbius, I know you were excited for that.
Yep.
You were like, March can't come quick enough for the Michael Morbius movie.
Well, as soon as you reminded me that it was coming out in March, I'm like, March can't come soon enough. And already my hopes have been dashed against the rocks.
That's going to October. Uncharted is jumping.
The Morbius suit has opened and Jared Leto's just tumbled out and flat on his face.
That's right. He's still dressed as Jesus, though, obviously, because that's the thing that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in a weird cult or whatever he's up to. Whatever he's doing. Bad stuff, probably.
Probably bad stuff. Would you rather live in this age where we always learn bad stuff about people, or would you rather live in an age where we're just like, these Hollywood stars are amazing, we love them?
I hate that. I like the bad stuff. I like they're just like me, a bad bloke. You know what I mean?
Cult, sure.
Yeah, in a cult, yeah. So,
or leading a cult.
Leading a cult, whatever, yeah. So Uncharted is moving from July to February of next year. February.
Long time, yes.
Long time, yep. Bob's Burgers has been pulled entirely. That was in April, but now it's not in April or ever.
Wait, was there going to be a movie?
A Bob's Burgers movie. I've just kind of started it. That's a good show. But
Animated?
Yes.
You'd think that would be one that they could keep.
No one wants that.
What do you
mean?
No, I mean, you would think that would be the one that could stay on schedule.
Oh, I mean, I think Disney own it, don't they? Because it's Fox.
Okay.
I think. I have no
Maybe.
idea. Or it's on Hulu.
We're
which
rusty.
Also, which
Guys,
also,
we're rusty.
We're rusty.
It's our first day.
Also, Disney also owns Hulu. But anyway, yeah, you could put that on streaming easily. Kingsman has been moved from March to August. That's not a very big. That'll probably move again.
Yeah.
And also, as is tradition.
We know your tricks movie studios now. We know that if we're going to move it from March to April, you've cancelled it.
Yeah,
we know.
exactly.
We get it.
And look, if everyone could just back up, because we're going to need some breathing room, so we could have just a fraction of a second more, so that we can all die. Because
Mark it on the calendar.
calendar. So James Bond has been moved yet again from April to October, and Jimmy Fallon did the joke. Did you see people
He
sent it in?
invented that joke.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
Yeah.
It's probably a
Ooh.
coincidence. They have a writer's room, and
Who steal our jokes,
Well,
presumably.
yeah, but you'd think you'd steal more than that, or maybe that's the only good joke we've ever had, or worth stealing.
Maybe they've stolen a bunch of our jokes.
Maybe they have. Yeah.
Maybe it's because this is the first time we've flagged something we've done as a joke.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the writers finally caught
Yeah.
on. They're like, oh, they've been
They're
doing jokes the
We
whole
thought
time.
they were idiots, and we thought if we just did what they said, we'd be making fun of idiots to idiots. But I think there are idiots, but
Yeah.
I think they were joking the whole time. So yeah, so look, we've got the 16-month calendar which you brought as an end-of-year gift, right?
To you and all the listeners.
That's right, and
you all
you.
get one
it was
square
a self-gift
each.
also.
It was a self-gift, that's true, yeah.
In many ways.
And I take it home every week with me.
Yes, that's right.
I bring it in a briefcase.
Yes, this is for everyone.
Handcuffed to my wrist, and then I take it back later.
But it has its own podcasting chair.
That's right.
What do you think of the chances of this movie moving outside of that calendar release date? And we're going to be getting a Bond 2022 16-month calendar.
God. Well, this ends in December, right? This
Yes.
calendar? Yeah.
So it was the 4 months prior. Yeah.
I would not be entirely shocked if it's like January 2022.
I just want another calendar.
Right?
I want more imagery from the movie.
I also would not be in the least bit surprised if all the images from next year's calendar are just a different frame. Like
Yeah.
it's the same photo each time, but a different frame. Because
Yeah.
they're just stills from the movie, so...
What is with calendar stores? They'll often be like in a shopping center or a mall for our American listeners. And it's just like a huge stand that's mostly calendars. And I'm like, what? Is this sustainable? Like, is it a year-round thing? What is this?
Yeah, I was actually coming in here and there was a guy who owned a calendar shop. He was outside your house and he's just
Really?
looking at the setup to this and he's like, is this sustainable podcasting as a genre, as a medium?
I just mean specifically calendars. Do you want to sell like posters?
Oh, I see.
Maybe some One Direction art?
Maybe they make bank though. Maybe it's like
I don't know.
People come into that mall and they're like, "It's the day before Christmas. I got nothing. What do people like? Oh, they like hydrangeas.
Yeah, to
I'll
be
get
fair, for Christmas, I actually ended up buying 2 calendars for 2 different people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one was a Mario calendar for my son, because he loves Mario, and one was the calendar Kilty Pleasures, which was an erotic Scottish calendar that went in my family Chris Kindle. Just dropping a hand grenade and just like...
And who got it
just
eventually? Who
stand
ended
back.
up eventually?
I think nobody took it, so I think it's in my house somewhere. Yeah.
Wow, okay,
So
sure.
Claire got it, in a way,
That's
didn't
right.
she?
Oh, that reminds me. I got a message from your brother.
I think I say from my wife.
From you.
What is she? What's going on? No, what did he say?
your brother, the one that I don't like.
Yeah.
It's just a YouTube link, and I'm gonna click it now. I don't know what it is.
I think I know what this is. Did you just get it?
Like earlier.
Like an hour or so ago?
Harry Potter with guns.
Yeah, Harry Potter with guns, yeah.
We know.
He's
We
late.
know James, his brother, I don't like. We know, but thank you if
Yeah.
you're listening.
Another thing we invented, probably.
That's right.
I don't think we did. Anyway, also, it looks like Black Widow is probably going to be delayed from May.
Okay.
And if it gets delayed again, they reckon, this is from Variety, it'll probably just go to streaming. Because everything's moving. Oh, we're going to talk about WandaVision, aren't we? We're going to do that
That's
in,
true, yeah. Mhm.
in what we're reading. So do not worry. That is coming up. But yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because if the MCU is moving forward, because we've got WandaVision at the moment, Falcon and Winter Soldier in March, they'd have to get Black Widow out, presumably before the next thing.
Right, the next
whatever
run of
that
things,
is.
yeah,
And then
for
you got to
sure.
because then you got to delay Shang-Chi, and then you got to delay Eternals again, and then everything, and so on and so forth. But you know what's not being delayed? In fact, it got moved up in March. That's Godzilla versus King Kongery. They're doing it finally. Two
That's the
great
tagline?
mates. That's right. They're making a go of it.
Yeah.
They used to be fast friends. Like the Fast and
I
Furious
don't think
boys.
that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
They have history, right?
Yes.
At least they do in this movie universe, it seems, because Kong is a younger. What are they called again?
Kong.
No, they got like a name, like the
Gorillong.
creatures. No, the creatures of the monsters.
Oh, kaiju?
No, it's something else. I can't remember.
They are called big old bashy boys.
Big old Backstreet Boys.
And girls.
And girls, obviously. I actually did a Kong versus Godzilla trailer breakdown just by myself, Mason, which
very good.
will be going up soon. But I forgot to do the joke where I suggest that Godzilla could maybe be a girl because people fucking lose it. And I wish
Yeah,
I
that's
might
true.
even just go back and edit it in.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
I love it. Just people are like, yeah, well, he can't be because he's always... Calm down.
It can't
Relax.
be because I've imagined myself as Godzilla and I am a man, and therefore if I did that, it would be weird.
How does it affect the universe, really?
Not at all.
Because even if, like, Godzilla, like, they could just go one movie, just be like, Godzilla laid eggs anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter at all. But anyway, I might...
But I've never laid eggs.
I've
and
never...
so-
At all? But anyway, two big bashy boys, or girls, having
That's
a go
right.
at it. What do you think? The trailer.
Well, I mean, we've been fooled before, and we won't get fooled again. We will.
But...
But it looks good. It looks...
yeah, no, I agree. It does look good.
This might... And maybe it is just two very recognizable movie monsters punching each other. But it looks... To me, it looks the best.
Yep.
And there's some great... albeit kind of cliched, like action beats in the trailer. But when it's not Captain America leaping away from a giant blue laser sky beam, it's in fact a giant gorilla
Through
through an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
then
it's pretty
looks
good.
pretty good, yeah.
It reminded me of that scene in Die Hard 3 where Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis jump off the ship as it explodes.
Oh, yes,
I'm like, that's fun. I mean, it's obviously not a nod to that, but I
Yeah.
liked it. Just like an action beat from a giant gorilla, you know what I mean? It's good. I love it. And he has an axe.
No, there's on the whiteboard, there's just like, make sure there's a bit that's like Die Hard 3.
Could be any of it.
We
don't
want these
mind.
big bashy boys back with a vengeance. So
Put him in a taxi, just solving riddles around New York. Whatever.
what does that sign that King Kong is wearing say?
no.
Oh, no.
No, King Kong. What are you doing?
Yeah, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
This trailer also reminded me that there are boring human characters in this universe.
Thank goodness.
We're gonna have to trudge through them. That's what I was saying. We have been fooled in that. I mean, maybe we will get more than 20 minutes of monster action in this.
Well, the last one was very monster action heavy, but I was the one I liked the least.
Yeah.
It was Godzilla 2014, which I quite liked, but was criticized for lack of monster stuff.
Yeah.
But the monster stuff in that was good.
yeah, and
I
they
would
were
say,
more iconic, recognizable monsters as opposed to whatever.
I mean, and the Muto was new, but
whatever the spindly creature.
there was the Muto in the first one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there was the action of King of the Monsters, like it. What it had in its favor was recognizable monsters as opposed to the spindly monsters.
Oh,
from the first
okay,
one,
yeah,
you know.
fair enough. But I didn't think that did it many favors. But I really liked Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
And that weird island. It was like Jurassic Park, but just with like anything could be a horrible creature.
Well, then you're getting a bit more of it.
Exactly,
a little bit
yeah,
more.
a little bit more. It's a shame that they can't use that cast also because it's in the 70s or whatever.
They've
You have to
aged
age
out
them
some.
I mean,
do you
could
think
do
we'll
it.
get a Hiddleston or a Brie Larson
I
cameo?
would love
perhaps?
that to be the case, but
Yes.
I don't really know, to be honest.
They'll rock up with their shotguns and their cool hats, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Who are you? Bunch of boring idiots here."
Yeah.
We're
This
scientists.
boardroom.
We're in a situation room.
That's right. I hate all that stuff. I don't want any of it.
There's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I know. But what I do, it's a couple of things to note.
Okay.
It looks like there could be a Mecha Godzilla in this. There's some hints towards
We'll talk.
that.
We yes. I was going to say we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it now.
I agree.
Well, it was. Well, I was going to lead into it. Kong obviously is a lot bigger.
Yes.
Because he was a little wee baby in Kong Skull Island.
He's a tiny little boy.
So he's obviously much bigger now. I think Godzilla is smaller in this.
Like they've made him smaller? Or like he's shrunk? Or she?
No, I don't. Well, that's the thing. Because in one of the previous ones, I think there's a moment where like one of Godzilla's feet is like as big as a jumbo jet. Like,
Yeah, I think you're right.
but in this, they're both standing toe to toe on an aircraft carrier.
Maybe it's a special Monarch one and whatever, and it's special.
And it's
like
special and
It's
bigger.
like this is in case many monsters want to fight here.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe,
just
but I
cause
think
them-
there's fighter jets on it. Maybe
Yeah,
they're-
I think you're right,
Maybe they're
actually.
passenger plane. But here's my theory.
Yeah.
I got two theories. One is more cockamamie than the other theory.
Love
So
theories.
the normal theory is they've just fudged how big he is because it's a movie and it doesn't matter. And
Yep.
in the tradition of these kind of movies, they're technically men in suits, so just have them be about the same size and hit each other.
Yeah.
Again, and I have said this before, before, I would like there to be one frame in this where it's just two dudes in rubber suits in a cardboard city running at each other.
Yep.
And it's got to be one frame because odds are then if you've gone in a group, some of you are looking at the screen and some of you aren't. And so you'd be like, is that guy... Are they just... It was just two guys in a suit. And then your friends would be like, no, it wasn't.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't.
And then any subsequent releases, whether it be at home or a Blu-ray, just take it out. Just don't put it in. Deny it.
Yeah. Perfect. What was I going to say? So my that's my first theory. Is just they've just gone make him because again, if he were the size he was in the previous movies and he's still way bigger than Godzilla, people will be like, well, this is going to be a short fight, isn't it? But here's my cockamamie theory.
I'm ready.
So
I'm just checking to be smaller. I'm googling it.
please do. To the best of my knowledge, every previous Godzilla continuity, there's always been at least two Godzillas.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm
the
not
boy one and the girl one.
Yeah, exactly. The blue one and the pink one, obviously.
Yeah.
But in I'm not talking Mecha Godzillas or Godzilla Juniors or Space Godzillas or whatever. Like the version from the 50s.
Yeah.
Like he died, and then when they restarted the movies in the 80s, it was the same continuity, but it was a new Godzilla.
Yes.
There's new Japanese version, like the reboot, the one that started in 2016.
Yeah.
Shin Godzilla, and then the animated movies on Netflix.
Are they connected? Are they?
They're connected. They're in the
Okay.
same continuity, except the animated ones are like hundreds of years in the future.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, there's at least two Godzillas in those. And the American animated version, there was a bunch of Godzillas, and then original Godzilla died, and in the cartoon, which is in the same universe,
Yeah.
there's a baby Godzilla became a regular Godzilla, and they got the corpse of the original Godzilla and they turned it into
the
Cyber Godzilla, which is
yeah.
so my theory is because a lot of people have been like, well, this Godzilla's smaller because he's Mecha Godzilla, but I don't think he is because nobody in this universe has the capability to make a Mecha Godzilla that looks like regular Godzilla.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Who are they fooling?
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
why?
And why exactly?
Yeah.
Right. But my theory is my cockamamie theory
Yeah.
that probably will not be true is that at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters, remember he nearly died, Godzilla, and then he got supercharged. I'm saying after the end of that, he died.
Yeah.
And then somebody, maybe Monarch, takes his body, ships it off somewhere, and Mecha Godzilla-rizes it. And it's sending out maybe they're sending out some sort of signal, which is why the new Godzilla, which is like a young Godzilla, is going crazy.
That makes so much sense.
Right?
It's a good theory.
Because also, what would happen if in this movie Godzilla and Kong fought the whole movie, and at the end they're like, actually one of them was Mecha Godzilla, people would be mad.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, they're not fighting. It's not the true measure of who's the winner kind of thing.
That's
right?
true.
So what I reckon is that the Mecha Godzilla that we see is the original Godzilla, and they've like armor plated him. Because that's the only way they could do it in this movie, right?
Absolutely. I was going to say that they've reverse terminated him.
They've reverse terminated him. They've Robocopped him.
Yeah, right. That's a much.
They've Robocopped
That
Godzilla,
makes more sense than the thing that I said. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It's the first one, and
it's just like a whatever.
Just a whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. And
I
they've
like
just
that
built
theory.
it. The simpler option is, of course, they've tipped over into like crazy territory, and they're just like, we built a giant robot dinosaur for some reason.
Yeah,
we can do it now, and we did. So people have also pointed out that like. There's a scene in that situation room where they're like, we're charging the whatevers, and people are like, it's Mecha Godzilla. I reckon, again, maybe it is, and then at the end, Mecha Godzilla will go crazy. Because they're like, we built this to stop all the kaiju monsters or whatever, and then it goes crazy because man is the real monster.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla and King Kong team up and beat it up.
Yeah, that's a great theory.
And then it's bigger than them, so then it's a fair fight.
From my trailer breakdown, I might add this thing that I was talking about. I will not credit you. But
That's good, great.
No, I will. But Matt's working on the moment. But Godzilla is looking for something and going insane around the world. And there's like a map of like you see he's attacking Monarch sites. Yeah. So he's obviously looking for something. And I was like, he's probably looking for Mecha Godzilla because he sent. But then I'm like, no, that doesn't really make much sense.
Because maybe they're trying to lure him so they can have another Godzilla.
Yeah.
And they can have two Godzillas.
Double trouble.
And then they can get those two Godzillas and fight all the other Godzillas.
Triple trouble.
Triple trouble, exactly.
Cool.
They're activating the triple trouble protocol.
So that would also mean that then they're getting Kong to stop him from doing that. Kong also builds an axe from Godzilla's one of his plates.
That's right, yeah.
Which is cool. So he can use nuclear. He has a nuclear axe.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, this looks, look, as someone who was like very not fussed with the last one, I'm
Lukewarm,
excited for this. So yeah. Great theory, Mason.
Thank you.
And I bet you're right. Where did you read it? Where did you read it?
I didn't read it. I came up with my own brain.
You've never came up with anything.
First, 2021, baby.
No, that's great.
That's my
really
motto.
good.
Think of things with your own brain this
Wow,
year. Yeah,
really?
that's right. Yeah.
I'd love to think of things with my own brain.
You can.
I choose not to.
I'm doing the
Oh, he's
Pedro
doing the-
Pascal.
he's doing the thing.
I'm doing the motion. You can. You think you can't think of things with your own brain,
You're thinking of a thing.
but you can.
The other bit of
That movie's not good, but that will stay in my brain forever.
Yeah. So the other.
James, the things you think with your brain are bad, but they can be better.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So speaking,
Still
of,
not good, but better.
but better, slightly, somewhat better.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers stuff though. There were some Mortal Kombat images.
Yes.
I
I would say maybe a mixed bag for me in terms of
I
look.
liked it. It's
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. There's also a new character that they're like. There's an MMA fighter. It's like, okay, calm down, Joe Rogan, with your MMA fucking.
Oh, so this isn't. I mean, it probably will be an MMA actor, but it's an MMA.
No, I don't think it is.
It's a okay, so it's a character with MMA skills. Okay, they're dead.
Yeah,
they're gonna die.
Fireball though. Maybe they got a fireball.
I don't know if they do.
Everybody's got a fireball.
I
though.
feel like you've just told me about this now, but it seems very much like the character that's introduced to be like, this is the toughest fighter in the world, and then Sub-Zero like turns his head to ice and kicks it off. So we know that
that'd be cool.
even if you're the top MMA guy, you can't win in
I'd
the
way
world of
prefer
Mortal
that
Kombat.
than like this character is you, because he also doesn't understand Mortal Kombat. It's the people who don't know what Mortal Kombat is.
yeah.
I don't want that.
Oh.
So yeah, I want that thing that you said.
Oh my god, this guy's got Scorpion in a leg lock. What's he gonna do? I mean, he can shoot spears out of his hands, and his head's literally a fire-breathing skull.
I think he can do like a
he can
teleport.
teleport.
Off
I
screen.
mean, but he can't get out of this leg lock. He's got to tap out.
You got to tap out, Scorpion. It's safe. It's safer for you if you do that.
Right.
Anyway,
Mortal Kombat's been won by this guy because of all the supplements he's on.
what else we got? Yeah, so the Wall Street Journal have also reported.
Jax has got cool-looking arms.
Yeah.
The best arms I've seen in
I
live action,
agree.
certainly, yeah.
Best arms ever?
Yeah.
Across all arms.
I think so. Name a better set of arms.
Can't, Mason.
That's right.
Yeah. Someone from the
Because
Predator.
I've railroaded you with.
Yeah, you certainly have. Yeah.
I've made you think of the Jax arms.
and I can't think of another thing. Remember, we established that.
That's right,
I can't
yeah,
think
yeah.
of my own thing. So, of course, I'm not going to get...
And as you pointed out off air, he's got the Steve Harvey mustache.
He does have Steve Harvey. Have you seen the memes? There's been a bunch of
No,
memes.
no, I haven't
which
seen any
enjoy,
memes,
yeah. Yeah. The other thing is...
I've all this week has all just been Bernie Sanders memes. I don't know.
Doesn't adjust.
Did you see? I don't think we've mentioned him before, but you know Ryan George, who does the Screen Rant.
Yeah.
He did a video about like memes, like back in the day and now, and like the first meme is just like, oh, I see this Harlem Shake video. Can we slot in some time? Maybe next week we'll do a Harlem Shake video kind of thing. This will be fun. And then it's like 2021. It's like, Bernie Sanders wore mittens. I'm photoshopping him out now. What are we gonna do? How do we do this? Oh my god, they've already done a ghost one. It's been animated. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, it's already in the Tonight Show. Just forget it.
Yeah,
Don't even worry
exactly.
about
Yeah,
it.
that's essentially it. Exactly.
Yeah. Which is why we can't do no time.
Well, we
to
can't
Vote
do
jokes
it anymore. Yeah. No, I'm still going to do it. Fuck Fallon and everybody who works for him.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
He seems nice. I don't care. I don't watch it. He's not. I'm sure he's nice.
James is throwing his DVD of Taxi in the bin. He doesn't care who he offends anymore.
The Wall Street Journal are reporting that Nolan is unlikely to continue at Warner Brothers.
Makes a lot of sense.
After the fiasco, the absolute diatribe that he went on about how it's not cinema or something to put things on streaming, which was not unjustified. So it seems like that the trust between the two legendary filmmakers, in a way, Mason, has been shaken.
Because he owns Legendary Pictures or something?
He's a legendary filmmaker,
Oh, okay.
and they make legendary films. So they're both technically legendary filmmakers, I guess. And there's also legendary films, which is another thing. Yeah, so I think he's just like, well, I'm going to go to Sony or whatever.
That's right.
Or maybe make his own stuff. I don't know what he's doing. So does that surprise you? Christopher Nolan, lover of cinema and good times?
No.
What do you think is a good time for Christopher Nolan? Maybe drinking water from a paper cup?
Maybe. My first thought was something involving wicker. Like he's in a wicker chair. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not a rocking chair. It doesn't
No,
move.
it's a wicker
Does
chair.
not move.
It's a creaky wicker chair, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
little bit creaky?
Yeah.
Cool.
And maybe he's at a window
Yeah.
and he's contemplating looking out the window. He hasn't yet.
Because it's all about like, can you imagine the potential of looking out the window?
Out the window. What might you see out that window? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that guy's good
That's right.
at this thing that you invented.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Not surprising. Mark Bernardin, though, has reported in the Fat Man Beyond podcast Are you familiar with this? Kevin Smith's podcast, or one of the many that he does. It was Fat Man on Batman, and then it shifted into this. So the rumor is
Did he get sued?
No, I think because he lost a bunch of weight and I don't know, but he just changed it.
But it's still Fat Man Beyond.
Yes.
Oh, because he's beyond being fat.
Exactly.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So the rumor is that HBO Max is looking at making a Batman the Animated Series sequel, and they want to continue that forward. Now, my question to this, first of all, of course, why would you not do this?
Yes.
But would that mean a sequel in addition to the new adventures of Batman, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, and Batman Beyond, which are the official sequels? And there's also more movies and whatever that spin off from this. So I guess something in addition. Do you think they're going to take it back to like the original?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
I reckon I reckon probably as original as possible to the character models, and it's
widescreen.
Yes, it's probably just going to be like additional adventures of Batman in that time period, in that universe.
Yeah,
They're probably original Batman, original Robin,
Yep.
original Alfred.
What are they up to?
Yeah.
Just regular Batman stuff, stuff that they do and don't do. Because they obviously some things they don't do. You know what I mean?
Name a thing that they don't do.
Eat corn.
Wow.
Have you seen it?
I mean, no.
If someone can find it from the series, I will retract that statement.
Okay.
But yeah, I want a can of corn with a spoon. I'll take a corn on the cob. Any corn is fine. No popcorn. That's where I draw the line.
I don't know, man.
No, it doesn't count.
All right, fine.
Batman's eating popcorn. I'm sure there's a meme of it. Are you Googling Batman corn?
Yep. All right, nothing yet.
Yet. This is what they could do in the new series, though, couldn't they?
I guess they
Because they could cover some of the things that they don't do.
Don't do. Yep.
It's really late. It's so late here, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
I'm not firing on all cylinders, obviously. I think that's very evident.
I think you've never fired on more cylinders. I think this late hour has unlocked all the remaining cylinders. You know how people say you only operate on 10% of your brain cylinders? Yeah. Well, I think you've opened up all the cylinders.
If this is all the cylinders, then this is very disappointing in terms of my potential. So Star Wars news, Mason, because, we're doing all the hits, aren't we?
So far I've found Batman the Animated Series Prawn Cocktail Crispy Corn Snacks. That's from the Irish corn chip brand Tato.
That looks
awful. Looks awful. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But it does have Batman. He's leaping through the air. And obviously Batman would eat a prawn cocktail.
He would love
in
a prawn cocktail.
his guise as Bruce Wayne, fancy socialite.
Yes.
But look, thus far, you've got me beat, James.
Don't worry. If it's there, someone will
find
send
that
it
frame.
in. Don't even worry
right.
about it. Yeah. Don't feel
God, here's the Joker eating popcorn too.
As I said it, though, didn't I?
Oh,
I knew this would happen.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so many. There's clearly multiple different episodes and continuities where he's like, time for some popcorn.
Yeah.
James, you son of a bitch. All right.
Thank you. So Star Wars news, Mason, as mentioned, we're doing all the hits, all the big stuff, you know what I mean? The favourites. First of all, K2SO is not in season 1 of Cassian Andor or whatever.
The lovable droid?
The robot.
Well, they didn't meet, right? They haven't met?
And also there's a comic about it, but I just reckon they'll either recreate that in live action or just retcon it. And also, you probably heard this, but Lucasfilm Games. So they've reformed LucasArts in a way or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I think LucasArts was also once Lucasfilm Games. Is that right?
Yeah, it used to be. It was initially Lucasfilm Games, and then they were like, "None called LucasArts" for some reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is a couple of things. First of all, Indiana Jones is getting a new game with Bethesda and Machine Games. They are the Wolfenstein creators.
Yeah, right.
We don't know whether it's Xbox exclusive because Bethesda, of course,
they're owned by Microsoft.
Yes, that's correct. That thing you said. Yes. I hope it isn't. Because then I have to think about buying an Xbox. Yep. And I don't want to think about that.
And then further to that, you have to, again, remember which Xbox is the new Xbox and which is the old one, and otherwise you can get tricked.
Did you see that really funny game developer who's always like swearing and like making fun of everything?
Cliff Bleszinski?
No, not him. It was the guy
John Romero?
No, it's the guy who did that game where you're
another guy from the 90s?
No, you're two ex-con felons and it's a 2-player experience and like... I played it with my brother.
Oh, it's called A Way Out.
Yes, I think that's right.
Yeah.
His name is Joseph Fares.
Oh.
Anyway, he was talking about like the Xbox Series X and he's just like, I don't get it. It's like there's an S and an X. What are they doing? It's stupid. It is stupid. It is stupid. He's right. But the other thing is Ubisoft is making a Star Wars open world game, which is great, I guess, because, they
sometimes they make good games,
don't they?
They make Assassin's Creed games.
They do, but I think the team behind this did the Division and some other stuff that people like. So
Great,
I hope
okay.
it's ongoing forever. You know, one of those ones.
I don't.
No, I want like a third-person shooter, but Star Wars. I think, though, this is good news in general because what this does mean is that EA is losing its grip on the franchise.
Yeah, it's not exclusive
Which
anymore.
means we can get more than one Star Wars game every 107 years.
That's right.
And then maybe it's not a good one.
Yeah, and it's not just a loot box online shooter or whatever.
Though, like, Fallen Order is great, and apparently they're still working on that.
Yeah.
So they're going to do some games still.
Yeah.
There's rumors of another Battlefront field, whatever it's called,
Okay, yep.
whatever the fuck it is.
James, fire on all those cylinders,
I'm
all those
firing.
brain cylinders.
And
You
I know
can do
people
it.
are like, they fixed number 2 and it's heaps better now and whatever, but great, well, I guess.
They rolled number 2 in glitter, am I right,
They
James?
certainly did. No, apparently it is good. And then KOTOR, there's rumors of bringing that back as
Wouldn't
well.
that be the open world?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But these are all rumors. I mean, I think it's good because in the 90s there was like 4 Star Wars games a year.
That's true,
And
yeah.
sometimes you'd get Yoda stories, but sometimes you'd get Jedi Knight 2, Dark Forces or whatever, which is
right.
a great game that I love forever. And I'm trying to work out how to make a video on it, but I don't sure what it
But
is
every
or
time
something.
you do, it just comes out as Yoda stories.
I don't know how
the
I do it.
video.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, I'm just hoping for a new Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders.
You finished that one?
Yeah.
Is that a Day of the Tentacle point and click situation?
Yeah, it's like pre-Monkey Island.
Yeah, one of those ones.
It's like, might have even been before Maniac Mansion.
Was that even legal?
No, I don't think so, no.
Was the Maniac Mansion you had to type it in? Like, pick up book?
No, the Maniac Mansion was like you had a set of like verbs at the bottom of the screen. You had to click like pick up,
Okay.
right? And then they made it like a smart cursor. So like if you clicked a thing, it would be like you probably want to pick it up, so it would just
Yeah.
pick it up for you.
That makes sense.
Anyway, I want it to be a live service.
Yeah.
Forever. Zack McCracken
yeah.
and the Alien Mindbenders.
Please, if you could.
Keep adding stuff to that Bermuda Triangle level, you know what I mean, James?
I don't know what you mean.
You could go to the Bermuda
It's
Triangle.
illegal, Mason. I wouldn't have touched it. It's illegal, as I mentioned. You're not allowed to make.
That's
They
true,
should have made
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
abomination.
There were aliens in the Bermuda Triangle, and they could give you the lotto numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does that happen in the game?
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
I wasn't talking about real life.
No, I didn't think you were, but I meant like in the game because I thought like at the end it's like, is that how it ends? Like he just gets the lotto numbers?
Oh, no, you just play the lotto to win stuff, to win money.
Terrific. I love it. I love it. Illegal. So Warner Brothers, and this is something, isn't it? They're working on a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory prequel simply called Wonka.
Chockies.
No.
Oh.
Wonka. In the style of Joker, presumably.
Absolutely, yeah.
It rhymes. Like, does it? I don't know. Collider says that Tom Holland or Timothy
Yeah, if you call that
Chalamet-
movie Jonker, if you call it Todd Phillips' Jonker.
Joker Wonka, they do not rhyme. You wouldn't watch Jonker?
I'd absolutely watch Jonker, and I'd expect to go to the gift shop afterwards and get the game of Jonker,
that's
which is,
right.
that tower building game.
It's Australian Jenga. It's called Jonker.
We call it Jonker.
We've talked about it.
You have to pull out a block and then spin a yarn.
That's
And
right.
If you don't spin an entertaining yarn, they just push it over and you
That's
lose.
right. Here's the thing, though. It's directed by Paul King.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
He did Dark Place, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Oh!
Yeah. Episodes also of that and The Mighty Boosh, and he did both Paddington movies.
Okay, right.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Here's the thing, though, and I want to stay positive.
Me too.
And I would like to learn how he got his weird devil powers, presumably.
Yeah.
But is it a case of, well, he's done this stuff that we really like,
Yeah.
and now he's a Hollywood known, like the Paddington movie is very successful, I
Did
think.
you say he's a Hollywood gnome?
He's a Hollywood gnome, that's exactly right. So he'll fit right in.
They have all the magic, don't they?
No, he's a Hollywood known. He's
Ah,
known
yeah.
in
No,
Hollywood.
I did know you
So
said
I
that.
think maybe this is the one where he's just like, yeah, I'm just doing this for a
Yeah,
doing this
right.
for a paycheck kind
Why
of
not?
thing, you know?
Exactly. Let me just check that.
Or it's just like, yeah, we just need you to bring a little bit of your magic, and by that I mean have a chat to the actors before
Yep.
they start filming, but otherwise we're controlling all of this.
Absolutely.
And it's just going to be about a man who had a dream.
I would love a man who had a
Man
dream.
who had a dream he wanted to give chocolate to all the children.
But also make a lot of money and have slaves.
Weird slaves and weird
With songs and weird punishments.
songs, horror universe. You know, this whole time I've been picturing Johnny Depp Wonka
Yeah, right.
and not Gene Wilder Wonka.
the good one.
Not the good one. Yeah.
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 That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any casting? I mean, Tom Holland, obviously.
Yeah, and Charlemagne.
Timothy Chalamet, because he's got the hair. Okay,
they both
right.
got the hair.
Yeah.
And they both could probably do a forward roll.
The only two actors in
Which
Hollywood.
is what you need to do, exactly. That's right, because since Gene Wilder died, it was the three of them. And there's only
Battling
two.
it out for all those roles. That's right.
That's it.
Oh, you know what? You bring Timothy Chalamet, Tom Holland, See No Evil, Hear No Evil reboot.
Very good.
All right?
Who do you put in blackface, though?
Both of them.
Okay.
We get them cancelled and then two other actors can get some roles in Hollywood.
I love it.
We trick them.
I love it.
Yeah.
There was a clip.
Do you think if they did Hear No Evil, See No Evil again, or whatever that movie's called,
Yeah.
would they get an actual blind actor and actual deaf actor, do you think?
They probably would.
Yes.
You'd think.
I would hope so.
But there's something also about the chemistry between those two, which would be very difficult to replicate whoever you get.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
yeah.
I guess why not?
I guess you'd have to get an existing, like, really great comedic pair and then blind one and deafen the other one.
Maybe you could get it to do it to each other.
Yeah, right.
Be like, you guys want this? You gotta.
Yeah.
It's like the
You
Joker.
break the pool
Break the
cue
pool cue,
off.
chuck it down.
Yeah.
So, Invincible got a clip, the TV series, and a release date of March 26th. What'd you think? The
Looks
comic,
good.
also, if you know Robert Kirkman, he did The Walking Dead
Yeah.
and many other things. But yeah, it's going to be hour-long episodes.
Wow,
so
cool.
great.
I watched the clip and it's like 2.5 minutes long, and
Yeah.
it's the scene where Invincible and his dad play catch but around the whole world.
Yes.
And I watched about a minute of it, and I'm like, have I already seen this? And I haven't, but it's exactly the same as the comic book. So I'm like,
Yeah.
probably don't need to watch this, to be honest.
No, come on, man.
But
you
I'll
don't
watch
watch
the
it.
show.
I'm going to
I'll
watch
watch
it
the show,
100
yeah.
times. I'm never going
Yeah.
to stop watching it.
Yeah.
I
I
hope
just
it's
meant the trailer, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true as well, yeah. And now let's do our Marvel news, Mason.
Okay.
Matt Damon has joined Thor: Love and Thunder.
He's arrived in the country, and presumably,
maybe.
no, he has. They're all arrived, I
Oh,
think.
cool.
And they're all,
Sif is in.
yeah, they're all going
as
to
well.
beat us up for that time we spoiled his appearance in
You spoiled
Ragnarok.
it. I was against it, just to clarify.
Yep.
I said,
Yeah.
no, I was like, let's do it. But
Does that mean he's going to get? Does that mean
he's the same guy, I guess.
or he's a new guy?
You'd make him the same guy, surely.
I guess you would. Yeah.
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 I don't know. That's what I'd
That's
do.
right. But was he a known character in that movie?
No, he was just a guy playing Loki. He's like an
Yeah.
actor, I guess.
Huh.
Also, yeah, Ethan Hawke is the Moon Knight villain.
All right. Okay. Cool.
That's good. He's a good actor.
It's true. He is good. Yeah.
There's also been rumors that Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America in some form. He says, though, this is news to me, but I think he is. I don't know whether it's going to be like the Winter Soldier show, but I think they're going to bring him back.
In a large role or a small role?
I think they're going to... Well, the rumor is that he's going to be like in a bunch of smaller stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but you could do...
Like Volkswagens.
Yeah, exactly. He could fit in a Volkswagen. But he could do... I'd even see like Captain America Returns the Stones, the series or whatever. I don't think they'd do that
Captain America has an
necessarily.
extremely awkward meeting with Red Skull.
Yeah, exactly. I don't reckon it'd be that awkward.
Captain America tries to figure out a way to get one of those stones back into that staff. How's he going to do it?
How's he going to do it?
Maybe it's like a light bulb situation.
Oh, yeah.
Like you just have to,
Yeah.
like the way they broke it in half in the mood.
Fine, it's not a problem, mate.
Just
I just leave it there. It's like someone will fix this.
fix that exactly.
Don't worry
right.
about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think he is coming back. So I think when the rumors are pretty, I don't know. We'll see. The other thing is Deadpool 3 has been announced to be part of the MCU, and it's going to be R-rated, which is a break
There you
from
go, yeah.
the movies that aren't R-rated. all
Yeah. How
of
are they
them.
going to put that on Disney Plus eventually? Probably in
Well, they're
Disney
doing
After Dark.
They're doing Disney Plus Star. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Whatever
we've
it
talked
is.
about it, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So
Programming for dads.
they can put it all on that.
That's right.
Other countries who have Hulu get Hulu, and
Yeah.
places like here
But
get
I think for Deadpool
Star.
there should be another.
Even ruder section.
Yeah, even ruder say, but it's in Dad.
Yeah.
It's within the Dad section, but it's like ruder still.
Ruder still. Don't tell your
For only
wife.
for rude dads only.
Oh, you wouldn't want to get caught going in there.
No.
No.
Did you see? I don't know. Is that all the Marvel stuff?
Yes.
Did you see the trailer for Willy's Wonderland?
The Nicolas Cage is killing animatronics,
Yeah.
but maybe they've got meat in them.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I'm sort of intrigued, but I think it's fascinating because for people who haven't seen it, it is the premise is basically it's a Chuck E. Cheese-esque restaurant with animatronic Muppets.
Like a Five Nights at Freddy.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
and they're killing people at night, which is exactly the premise of Five Nights at Freddy's. How'd they get away with this?
Because-
I don't feel it's a generic enough premise that they could just be like,
Yeah, I guess it is though, because like they did it.
I guess they did.
I think there was going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie anyway, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure there was.
It
at
might have
some
been,
point.
yeah.
I'm going to check
Yeah.
that out just quickly, but yeah,
But but it's not like it's you know, there's a serial killer and he haunts the highways or whatever, or he shows up in the suburbs and he murders people. Like, that's generic enough that I guess you could do a fun riff. Like, I guess the difference here is that in Five Nights at Freddy's the games, you're defenseless. Like, all you can do is really open doors. Whereas in this, he's a guy who's clearly fighting back. So I guess that is the legal defense of this. But again, I don't think it's. But I guess lawyers disagree.
But this also reminds me of. Do you ever see the movie Krampus?
Yes.
Krampus has a whole lot of toys that also just have like. It's basically just sort of like it's a Jack in a Box shell, but it's a horrible monster like underneath it. So I don't know. But that thing is Scott Cawthon, creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, recently revealed the movie adaptation will begin filming in spring of 2021. So by
Not
then,
anymore.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh boy.
And the last bit of news, because I saved the best for last.
Oh my
the
goodness.
best news you could possibly hear, that just to perk up your day, Mason, is Justice League will not be a series of hour-long episodes. It will be a 4-hour movie.
Yes. We did it, folks.
Is this what we wanted?
We pressured the WB.
I don't remember doing that.
No. We definitely did, because they were like, we think it's best for it to be 4 one-hour blocks, and obviously they cannot be trusted. They were
Agreed.
like, we had some meetings with Joss Whedon, and he said that it should be 4 1-hour blocks. So we've beaten them.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Feels good to get a win.
That's right.
This thing that I want.
That's right.
I
We
think.
we won it and we've won, and now we all have to sit in front of our TVs for 4 hours.
Well, here's the thing, Mason. We're not sitting in front of our TV for 4 hours.
Are we?
Because I think this might go to cinemas here.
Oh,
so I think we might have to endure
no.
this.
James, no. What have we done?
This is a movie.
I thought we got an absolute win.
Yeah. Because I feel like if it's 4 hours and I'm at home, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It could be 100 hours. I'll just split it up.
I'll pee all I like.
I'll pee all over this television. But I don't know.
Now we've got to pee on the people in front of us.
Got to pee, yeah, as is tradition.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if it comes to cinemas, bad. And also because I don't really want to sit anywhere for 4 hours, if I'm honest. What do you think?
No, it's too long.
Yeah.
It's too long.
But, you know, the Lord of the Rings Extended, they're all 150.
They're all too long, though. That's the thing. They're all too
Yeah,
long.
but they're good.
Still too long.
Have you seen them?
Maybe?
Interesting.
It really is, yeah.
Anyway, that is all the news.
Huh.
Here we go. I've got a bit of a story to tell you. A yarn to weave. It's an ad, but just listen, all right?
Okay.
Just
but
listen.
you're going to add a little bit of colour to it.
Definitely.
So, yeah, great.
So I want you to picture a tiny apartment in Southern California.
Oh, yuck. I'm hating it already, but go on.
2 college dropouts teamed up to create a watch company that broke all the rules.
2 sullen boys.
That's right, because they wanted fair prices, unexpected colours, and clean original designs. MVMT, pronounced movement, Mason, grew into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. That's every country and more, probably.
Almost certainly. I don't think there's that many countries in the world.
There shouldn't be.
They're sending some to space.
They should
probably.
merge some, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon we should just take New Zealand and just be like, nah, that's us. It's
Yeah.
all New Zealand.
Nice. Oz Zealand.
No, just Australia.
Oh, that's even better, actually, yeah.
Now movement has expanded into blue light glasses that protect your eyes from screens, minimalist jewelry, and more style essentials that don't break the bank, all designed out of their California sunny headquarters. It's not summer anymore because they've brightened up
that's right.
the state. Mm-hmm. You got some styles of movement watches, Mason. What are you into?
Do.
What do you got?
I love the Voyager. I love the field watch. It's a bit more outdoorsy.
Sure, yeah.
I love a bloody...
You got an indoor watch and an outdoor watch?
Yes. Catch me in a doorway, I'll probably be wearing both watches because I'm switching.
You're at a party. You're making conversation.
That's right.
I get it. I know what you're doing. Yeah,
Let's step out on the balcony. I'll just change my watch. And I can because there's so many indoor and outdoor styles.
that's it. They also
And some for both.
Agreed.
If you're not insane.
That's so they also have unbeatable price point. Movement watches have the look and quality of a $400 to $500 watch that you're paying for at a department store, but at the fraction of the cost because the whole thing is built online and they own their process from start to finish,
There you go.
which is good. You know what I mean?
Cut out that middleman.
I agree.
Except for us.
Except for ads.
We're the good
Yeah.
middleman. Yeah.
All right, so you get a beautiful watch shipped right to your front door for free. And if you don't love it, you can just ship it right back Again for free. Two things for free.
That's right.
And crazy. I was going to say incredible and crazy.
It's crazy.
Incredible, yeah. And the last thing is I just want to mention the blue light glasses. As you know, I spend a lot of my time in front of a computer just staring intensely at it, just seeing if I can burn out my eyes.
Why don't you stare at nature?
Nature's. I don't have an outdoor watch, Mason.
It's true. You're right.
That's not true. I do have a beautiful outdoor movement watch. It's an indoor outdoor watch. So yeah, it's terrific for the Everscroll blue light filtering glasses. They're an absolute game changer. They help with eye strain and also sleeping patterns. And there's a bunch of bloody designs. The ones that I got, people might have seen them online. They're circular. They're gold. They're beautiful, Mason.
Wow.
Yeah, I love
Indoor
them.
and outdoor?
Yeah, Mason.
That's
They're indoor
right,
and
yeah.
outdoor, yeah. Here we go, though, because if you want to elevate your look and style that doesn't break the bank, then join the movement and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/weeklyplanet. Again, that's mvmt.com/weeklyplanet.
Do it.
Do it if you
Good
can.
watches, I like it.
Good watches, good glasses, good jewelry probably. I don't think I have any, but good by all accounts.
Very good.
Very good. Hello, Fresh. It cuts out stressful meal planning, doesn't it?
I thought that was going to be a song for a minute there. You know how like TikTok's all about the sea shanties?
Maybe it wasn't. I'm just like, I was going to go
Hello,
for
fresh it comes out the best. And bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum.
You been watching some sea shanties?
Yeah.
People are piling on sea shanties on sea shanties. I mean, it sounds complicated, though. Not as complicated as a HelloFresh meal, which is surprisingly simple, Mason. And get this also, if you're planning...
What a perfect segue.
It can be stressful planning a meal.
I agree.
And then you got
like
your...
planning a sea shanty.
Exactly. And you got your grocery store trips fraught with danger.
You've got to pick which guy's going to go pom, 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 you know?
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
I want to be one of the more important
God,
guys.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So you can enjoy cooking and getting dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less with HelloFresh. HelloFresh offers 23 plus recipes each week, featuring a range of flavors, cuisines, and ingredients, so you'll never get bored.
Perhaps some cuisine from the Caribbean.
Oh my God, that's not what I've picked today, but you know, there is.
Some gruel and rum? Is there a gruel
They don't
and
do
rum
gruel
recipe?
and rum.
Oh, that's
They
actually
do good food.
Probably good. Yeah, that would be bad. Actually.
They also cut down on the grocery bills and food waste. HelloFresh delivers pre-proportioned ingredients, so you're not overbuying, which is obviously a burden on the planet and your bloody wallet, am I right?
That's right.
One thing that I've tried out recently is the rosemary and parmesan crumbed chicken burger with cos, lettuce, salad, and mayo. Can you believe it?
I can believe it.
Delicious, Mason. I'll tell you that much. Home-cooked burgers, some of the best made. They do the terrific burgers. And get this right, if you go to hellofresh.com/10weeklyplanet and use code 10weeklyplanet, you get 10 free meals,
Whoa.
including free shipping. So that's hellofresh.com/10 as in 10 Weekly Planet and use code 10weeklyplanet for 10 free meals.
That's right.
It's also said here it's highly encouraged to voice the following HelloFresh tagline, America's #1 meal kit.
America's #1 meal. Okay.
Well, I was just going to say that, like, we don't have to. It's encouraged, but they're like, that's on you. You make that call.
In whatever musical style you desire. Yeah.
Bom, 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 bom. America's #1 meal kit. Just it's jolly, you know what I mean?
It's a bit jolly. You
Yeah.
got to keep your jollies up because you're going to get the lash, you know?
You're going to get the lash. Yeah, let's go to the show. Rest of the show.
Yep. HelloFresh. Don't get the lash.
Don't get it.
Get HelloFresh.
Yeah. So now we're in the section of the show
Yes, go on.
where we're going to go through the movies of 2021. This is a fucking utter waste of time. But I guess we're doing it.
Because of how many cancellations.
Yeah,
and
since
delays
I've
and-
made
yeah,
this
yeah.
list, I've already had to shift a bunch of this shit around.
Okay, great.
That being said, there's also a lot of streaming here, so what am I...
Well, let's do it in big chunks,
Big
maybe.
chunk. So what? So we're already through January for the most part, and something came out, I think. But you know that.
Oh my
maybe.
God, it's nearly February. How did that happen?
Time.
It was December for a million years.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. So February, the big ones I've got here are Tom and Jerry, animated and live action, and the movie Cherry, which is Tom Holland robs a bank.
He does.
For money.
He does. But I looked. It doesn't. The trailer doesn't really.
That's the Russo brothers as well.
It is.
Yeah.
The trailer doesn't really explain it all that well, but he signs up to the army.
Yes.
And then he gets shipped off for a tour of Afghanistan or what have you.
Yep.
And then he comes back and he's addicted to painkillers, which is why he's robbing banks to pay for
Maybe
it.
his girlfriend left him or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
What do you think?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that. Thomas Holland.
That's right. It'd be interesting to see a Russo brothers film outside of the MCU.
Did you know his last name's actually pronounced Holand?
Holand. Wow, does he know that?
No. I'm trying to find a way to break it to him, but I think
Have you been hitting him up on Insta?
I think it'll break his little heart if
that's right.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, that's Tom Holland with his broken heart.
Oh, just like a little mouse is broken.
Just like
with
a
broken
mouse has
heart.
been let down.
Oh,
my cheese. It's the same noise.
Yeah. I couldn't tell him about his name. I had to say that somebody ate all his cheese. my cheese.
My Gouda.
No Gouda. That's what he thinks about that.
I agree. That is what he thinks. So there you go. But we're going to move into March because I've got Coming to America.
Wait, there's only 2 movies coming out in February?
There's others, but that's like the main kind of stuff, whatever.
You're saying
Yeah.
mostly Bollywood and straight to DVD
all
and
that
stuff.
stuff. I mean, a lot of these are straight to DVD and VOD or whatever. March, we've got Coming to America, which is the sequel, and it's also PG-13.
Oh.
So no washing your penis jokes, which the first one had. Speaking of Tom Holland.
And no washing your penis in the cinema.
No, I agree.
I don't care how many people you have to pee on.
I don't care if there's a bird bath in there. Doesn't matter.
Right out.
don't do it.
That's right. That's for the birds.
So, speaking of Tom Holland, we're getting Chaos Walking.
Oh,
the
yeah.
one where you can see Tom Holland's thoughts. So you know when he's let
the
down.
mind snake, yeah.
Yeah, the mind snake. Do you reckon that's going to be
Called
good?
Don't Wash Your Mind, Snake.
Yeah.
In the presence of others.
Yeah, that's right. Even if there's
You
a
little
bird
grub,
bath.
you grubby little boy.
Are you looking forward to that movie?
Nope.
Knowing that it's not going to be very good.
Nope, I'm not.
Maybe it's amazing. They've been delaying it for
Maybe I'll watch it if it's on streaming.
They filmed it in like 2003 or something. Like it's been out. They pushed
10-year-old boy then.
They pushed it back before the pandemic.
Oh, well, that's a
and
bad-
reshot
it's
it.
a
But
really
they
bad
reshot a
sign.
bunch, so maybe it's great.
They're going to release it with a tagline, "We only delayed this because of the pandemic
Yeah.
and no other reason." It's good, we swear. No, we can't promise that.
Yeah.
Just watch it, though.
Yeah, just watch it.
Just watch it, though.
We're happy for you to pay for it. Raya and the Last Dragon.
Okay.
That looks interesting. Got some good martial arts stuff as well.
Yeah,
It's got
right.
Kelly Marie Tran. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Do you know what this is?
Huh?
Nicolas Cage
Hello.
begrudgingly accepts a $1 million offer to attend the birthday of a Mexican billionaire superfan.
Wait, the actor Nicolas
Yes.
Cage. Okay.
When
In
thing-
character as himself.
Yes. When things take a wild turn, Nick... Is it just NIC?
He says
I guess
it's,
it is.
yeah, no, I see, yeah.
Is forced to become a version of some of the most iconic and beloved characters of his most beloved and iconic characters in order to he's going to save his wife and daughter from the fan who's
this
whatever.
is his JCVD.
That's right. Or being John Malkovich, I guess.
Yep.
So Pedro Pascal is in it.
Oh.
Tiffany Haddish as well. So there you go. What do you think?
Okay, all right. I'll probably watch that.
I'm surprised there's no trailer yet.
I wonder which of his characters he's legally allowed to be.
I think if you just put him in like the clothes, you don't need to
Yeah, I
like
guess
say
that's-
it. You know what I mean?
that's probably true,
Because you
yeah.
can do a Pulp Fiction. Everyone's John Travolta in whatever.
Yeah, that's probably
Pulp
true.
Fiction.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of Iron Man 3 when Happy was John
But
Travolta.
he could be John Travolta in Face Off.
He could be. Exactly. He could be, couldn't he? You ever seen those memes where they're like, they swap their faces back in real life? And it's like, what am I doing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
'Cause they're
I
fat
don't
or
wanna-
something, 'cause they're fat
No,
or
it's not
something.
even that. It's just like it's a photo of them more recently together, and people are like.
Nice, I love it. I love
doesn't
it.
fucking matter.
No, James, this
It's not a good joke, and I'm not nailing
we
it.
need fresh content for 2021, and I think it should be James is tired and tries to explain a meme. The segment. You don't have to. We don't like what we should do. Even if we record these at a normal time.
Yeah.
What you do is maybe like later in the week.
Yep.
Just stay up too late and then try to explain a meme to your wife before you go to bed and record that. We'll slot it.
I'll
in.
do it. Happy to do
Great.
it.
Great.
And then, of course, as mentioned, we had Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Which is March also, so very exciting. April, the movie Nobody. You know that one?
Yeah, it's Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk?
Looks good, but would it be good without Bob Odenkirk? We don't know.
No. And
Okay,
then,
we know definitively.
Yeah,
No is the
that's right.
answer.
And then we got Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Mm-hmm. We've already recorded our Caravan of Garbage for the first Mortal Kombat,
That's
haven't we?
right, yeah.
Because we were going to release it before the end of the year, but then we didn't because something else, you know?
You're damn right.
Damn goddamn right. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
And I'm going to make a call and say it's going to be the best Mortal Kombat movie by a very long way,
Yeah,
even if
for
it's
sure.
bad.
There's no way the martial arts could be worse
No.
than the previous ones. Not that there weren't martial artists involved in the previous ones.
As we talk about, some can do it.
Yeah,
Some clearly
it's just
cannot.
that, you know, martial arts in movies requires knowing martial arts and also knowing how to stage martial arts on screen so it can look good. And that has kind of been figured out at this point. Whereas when those movies came out originally, maybe they hadn't really.
My understanding when they shot that movie, nobody had figured out anything.
Sure,
At all.
Yeah.
But they did it.
That's right.
We'll talk about it. People talk about how that's the best video game movie. It's clearly not.
No.
Like, you could see how you could like derive some joy from it, but it's come on. Then May.
Just side note, I've just been thinking about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him earlier this week, probably because of that.
Watch that swearing show?
No.
Yeah.
Has he done anything super weird, like in a bad way, do
my
I
knowledge.
have just because I just have a weird feeling about him, but I think it's just because he's weird.
And his series of wigs?
Yeah. Like he's like
He's an odd duck.
he's an odd duck, but he's generally all right.
It seems like people seem to like him, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I know some people that like worked with him when he did Ghost Rider and said he was like nice, and I think you also know some people that maybe worked with him.
Yeah, maybe I met a couple of people. Yeah. I think it's that, and the thing that I heard that he made people call him Mr. Coppola on set of Ghost Rider, but maybe that's not even true.
Could be a joke as well. That's something I would do. Call me Mr. Coppola.
But your name's
please.
Mr. Sunday Movies.
Not anymore, it isn't.
Yeah.
And if you call me that, I'll call my uncle, Des. I have an uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, he's racist, and he'll be racist at you.
So
He'll figure out what weird ethnicity your ancestors were, and he'll
He'll come right at you.
He'll come at you'll be like, I didn't think there was a racism about that ethnicity, but
No,
there
there
is.
is. He'll figure
He's
it
got
out.
one. Belgian. Yeah, no, he'll be racist.
yeah, but what was I going to say? So, by the way, he's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. If people don't know that,
Yeah.
but he changed his name because.
But he's like, despite being odd and making odd movie choices, and buying too many castles and dinosaur skulls, he's all right, I think.
as far as I know,
Cool, good.
I mean, he's definitely like a weird celebrity lunatic man.
Oh yeah, besides that, but they all are. So
They all
I guess,
are,
yeah.
so yeah. And then May, we've got Black Widow. I mean, a lot of these we would have
Sure we
talked
do.
about
Sure
last.
we do.
Yeah, because also I should mention a lot of these we talked about this time last year.
Yeah.
Then we got Free Guy, which is very much in flux. I feel like that could be a streaming one pretty easily.
Yeah. Maybe it'll go to Ryan Reynolds' weird streaming service that he
Green Mint or whatever it is.
Mint Mobile or whatever it is, yeah. Uh-huh.
Free Guy Spiral, which is the Saw reboot or renew one.
Yep, uh-huh.
F9,
Oh, yeah.
the key on the keyboard.
Will they be propelled into space at the end? Maybe.
Or is that the next one?
That might be the next one, yeah.
Who cares? And then we've got...
Are you fallen out of love with F9?
Guess.
Part of the
Was
fun.
I ever in love?
Yeah, you loved him.
I don't know. I feel like... And look, I enjoy him enough, but
I would come in here and you'd have that Fast and Furious game, you'd be kissing
still
it.
haven't played it. I'm only kissing it because I like the box art, Mason. I'll have you
Strawberry
know.
flavoured.
Yeah, that's right. But
That's why they sold so many copies. You'd go into an EB Games or whatever and you'd be like,
yeah.
smells like a soap store in here. What's going on?
Wait a minute. Have these been pre-kissed? Are these a second-hand copy? I don't want a pre-kissed game. I wouldn't buy a pre-kissed
I
game,
wouldn't either.
Mason.
No, neither would I.
Though I
Yeah.
guess it wouldn't be any worse than Human Hands.
Probably, yeah.
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 And Cruella. Cruella?
Cruella,
Oh,
yeah.
it's funny. That's a word I can't say, it turns out. Don't you love it when you figure that out? You're like, oh, I can't say that
Live
word.
on a podcast. You
Yeah,
can take it
exactly.
out, but we've referenced it enough times you probably shouldn't.
Can't now.
Yeah.
So that's the...
I remember that time you couldn't pronounce Cruella. James?
Yeah, I remember.
that? Yeah, I remember it too.
the Cruella riots in Australia. Remember those?
Yeah, I remember those on the beach.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is a sequel to 101 Dalmatians, and I guess 102
Sequel or prequel?
Prequel, sorry,
Okay.
because the sequel is 102 Dalmatians. But this is Craig Gillespie, who did Lars and the Real Girl, Fright Night, the Anton Yelchin one, which I quite like, and I, Tonya. And it's also starring, what's her name? Emma Stone. So, maybe, but also, I don't give a shit. Next up, we've got
The
June.
actual sequel, the book... The book sequel to 101 Dalmatians I learned this week.
Is Some of the Dogs Died.
No, it's called
Less Dogs.
It's called The Starlight Barking, and it's got nothing. It's got aliens and stuff in it.
Fuck out of here. No one wants that. No one wants that in a million years.
No, here we go. How about
People want one more Dalmatian.
Well, hang on. Here's the plot.
Okay.
The Dealey family, most of the Dalmatians of the first book, still live in Cruella de Vil's old manor house in Suffolk. Something. One morning, the dogs find all other living things besides dogs cannot be wakened.
Okay.
No, hang on. No dog is. No dog is hungry, thirsty, or weak. Doors, gates, and machines operate on command. The dogs are able to communicate via thought waves to others many miles away. Cadpig, now acting Prime Minister in the human's absence, orders her parents to come help her in London, where hundreds of dogs are arriving, awaiting her advice. The dogs discover they can swoosh or hover at tremendous speed over the ground.
What?
Yeah, I think there's
It's from like
aliens
the
or something.
30s or some shit?
Yeah, of course. Anyway, it goes on. It goes on forever.
Still going.
Yeah.
Dogs are floating around causing trouble.
It's all about floating dogs. Anyway, I learned that this week. Isn't that fun?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to know that, just to clarify. I don't need that information.
Well, you can't take it away now, can you?
certainly can't.
Unless you put this ice pick through your brain.
Oh, good.
He's doing it! Guys, he's doing it!
So,
Your brain doesn't have any holes in it, but it could have a bunch of holes in it.
Ice pick shaped holes in it. June, we've got The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Oh!
I gotta watch those. I've heard they're good. Dave Lee down under, he said they're good. So, and other people also have said they're good.
Yeah.
I don't
Other
think
non-Dave Lee people.
Yeah, I don't think they're making them just off Dave Lee's recommendation, because I think they also make like millions of dollars. But I'm sure they played a factor. I don't mean to downplay the role of Dave Lee.
But I mean, in one of Dave Lee's videos, he said, everybody get out there and spend millions of dollars in these movies.
Did say that.
Like buy millions of dollars worth of tickets to the
say that.
movies. Yeah.
So I guess he's partially responsible.
I think he is, yeah.
The movie Samaritan, you know this one? That's the Stallone's new one where he's homeless and whatever. He's been promoting it forever on Instagram.
Is he a superhero maybe? I'm thinking of Arch
Yeah,
Enemy.
it might be actually, yeah. It might be a superhero. I think it is.
Oh, that's the same plot as the movie Arch Enemy, which is out now, but I haven't watched it yet.
Is that out?
It's out. It's
Is
on.
it good?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, I mean,
But
there's people saying it's good.
It's one of those ones where it's like you can rent it for $17.99, and I'm like,
Can I?
I won't rent it for $17.99.
Can I?
No, I don't want to.
Then we've got In the Heights, the Lin-Manuel Miranda musical.
Yep.
Then we've got Luca, which is the Pixar something.
Luca.
The Italian one, which looks very good. And then we've got
You
Venom.
mean Molto Bene?
Sorry.
It's Molto Bene.
Molto good. Then we got Venom.
It's Buon Natale.
It is. Buona Pasqua.
Yes.
Happy Easter, everybody.
That's right.
That's all my Italian. Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yep.
Andy Serkis is directing. I liked his Jungle Book. I know people don't like his Jungle Book. I liked it. I thought it was
So
good.
when is that? Is that filming now?
It's done.
It's
They
done.
filmed it. They did it.
They did it, the whole movie.
Yeah, and it might have links to other Spider-Man movies. I don't know. Yeah. July, though. Get ready.
Oh, we're
Seventh
only
month.
in July. Okay, cool.
Seventh month of the year.
Yeah.
This has got the most movies, I think. Well, the ones that I've written down the most.
All right.
Oh, maybe not. No, there's some descriptions in here. That's why it's long. It looks long.
Okay, right.
So we got Top Gun Loser.
Yep.
All right. Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Which I'm really looking forward to. Space Jam, a new Space Jam.
Not excited for it in the slightest, but good on everybody.
Why not?
Good
I
on
guess.
everybody, I say.
The Tomorrow War.
Don't know
Do you
what
know
that
this
is.
one?
No?
This film, which is set in the near future, focuses on humanity's war against an alien invading force, hoping to win.
Dogs?
No.
Hovering dogs.
No, it doesn't say anything about dogs. Hoping to win it by using hovering dogs. Oh, no, it does say hovering dogs, Mason.
See, there we go. Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah,
I was hoping to win it by using scientists' new ability to draft soldiers from the past.
Oh.
So I think Chris
I call it
Pratt
past
is
drafter.
Past
Because
drafter.
it's hard to say.
Wow.
One ticket to past drafter, please.
You can't even say
No.
I don't think you meant to make that kind of mistake then. And it's M. Night's new movie also. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie is called Old, and that's the one that's based off the graphic novel Sandcastle. Those are separate movies.
Past drafter and Sandcastle.
Oh my godness. Jungle Cruise.
He's gonna draft you back from the past.
Dum bum bum bum. Very good, Mason.
go?
That's a great. We're still doing it.
Yeah,
it's
no,
a great
it's
theme
great,
song.
yeah.
Jungle Cruise.
The Rock's Tiny
A
Tugboat.
boat thing or whatever.
Yeah.
The Green Knight. This one was really interesting to me.
Dev Patel.
Yeah.
Something. Knights of the Round Table. Something.
A fantasy
But it's
adventure.
rude?
Maybe based on Arthurian legend. The Green Knight tells the story of Sir Gawain, Dev Patel, King Arthur's headstrong nephew, who embarks on a quest to confront the Green Knight, a gigantic green-skinned stranger. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hell
sounds-
yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Giant green man. All right.
That was entertainment back in the day. In days of yore, they were like, "What happened next? What the Knights of the Round Table? Who did they battle
see?
after that? A green man,
A green man.
a giant green man,
Wow. Big as a tree?
big or bigger."
What a tale.
Because initially he was like, a tree's the biggest thing that he could imagine. But then he imagined something even bigger, so he decided to add it to the tale. And that's the magic of storytelling, James. It's what you can imagine.
Anyway, there's a trailer out. I think it looks good.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Then August, we've got the Suicide Squad. We've got the Kingsman, which we talked about getting delayed, and Candyman. So those are all different and maybe potentially good.
Do you know if Candyman's delayed 5 times, the Candyman appears behind you in a mirror?
Yeah.
And then...
He does an ad for the streaming.
A comedic thing happens, James.
He does an ad for streaming
there
because it's going to streaming.
Thing. There we go, and that's imagination. This is how we do this.
Wow.
Right?
We're waving our arms as well, everybody. You can't see it, but we're just fired up by imagination.
We've reached the point in the podcast of a late night record, which I call ultimate victory, where everything's just a win.
Every thought is a win.
Oh my God.
Every step forward is a win.
Yep.
Suicide Squad, obviously, etc.
Every month we get through in this read without just falling onto the table asleep is an absolute win.
I agree. I wonder if the Suicide Squad, the trailer, they're going to kind of delay because James Gunn is like, not yet, because we just got a Kong trailer and that movie's like 2 months out. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. Then September, Jackass 4, still jacking. That's not what it's called, but it should be, am I right?
I agree, yes.
One of those guys.
Jacktastic 4, I'd call it.
That's good. That's very good. We're waving our arms. So, one of those guys is dead, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Wee Man?
No, that's the rumor that he keeps dying.
Oh.
But he's not dying.
Sorry, Wee
I remember
Man.
one of the rumors is like he ate like a pound of salt and he died, but no, I can't remember which one died. But
Well, it's not Johnny Knoxville.
those
He's
dudes
still
are
alive.
all like mid-40s, maybe 50, so this is going to be a disaster.
And they're just
Johnny,
bags of bone dust at this point.
he has like a catheter from an injury, or he did, and they're all like...
But was all worth it in a way.
Yeah. I watched the third one, and then like I don't want to go back because I feel like they
peaked.
probably peak.
Yeah.
But I remember the big shopping trolley. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's whatever.
I mean, look, on the one hand, they have ruined themselves forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
But remember MTV 2004 or whatever?
yeah. But like, a lot of people are like, it's an iconic comedy.
There's some good stuff
wild,
in it. Yeah.
crazy,
and they're not like mean to random people on the street
Yeah.
where a lot of pranks are just like, I've slapped your phone out of your hand or whatever.
Exactly.
It's a prank, don't beat me up or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
If they're slapping anything, it's their own balls off their body. Onto the pavement.
Clean off?
Yeah. Right off at this point.
These guys would do anything.
Yeah.
Then next we've got Resident Evil. More like Resident Evil, am I right?
Whoa.
No, actually, I'm looking forward to this.
The world's in love, James. The whole internet's in love with the giant vampire lady.
Maybe she could kiss the giant green man.
Oh, my goodness. Wowzers.
Is that like... I saw the footage. It's like it's a woman, obviously, a vampire woman.
I mean, probably, or like she might be made of snakes. You don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's like along for the giant vampire lady,
Yeah, that's
doesn't
probably
matter.
true,
She's
yeah.
made of snakes. You gonna get that Resident Evil game?
No,
never
I
played
think I
the last
tapped
one.
out at 7 because it's too gross.
Yeah.
I want to see some footage beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe I've said this before, but like it's actually not even that they're gross because gross is fine. Like in all the other Resident Evil games where you fight a guy and he's got one tentacle arm and he's got one stabby arm and he's got a big eyeball coming off his shoulder or whatever.
Sure.
I'm like, that's gross, but who cares?
Yeah.
But in like 7, like somebody like there's someone with a knife chopping at you and I'm like, that could happen.
Yeah.
Like somebody could come out with a knife. What am I going to do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Because
Get
I'm just
stabbed.
a regular man. I just get stabbed.
That's right.
I can't
And-
put a herb on myself and heal up.
And like in the game, you are also in first person mode.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
You can't third person see who's coming behind you, kind of thing.
that's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, maybe I maybe want to see like if it's more.
I think it's more 4. It seems like it's more Resident Evil 4, kind of that kind of vibe.
Well, if it's more like Monsteries and you get a rocket launcher and stuff, I don't know. I mean, and that's how 7 went eventually anyway. Like you were fighting a big.
Oh, I didn't play it. I should play it. I played the demo.
How tall do you think the vampire lady is? It's tough to
Looks
say.
about 10 foot, I would say.
I'm wondering because the arches, maybe the doorways are a bit smaller because it's
might be.
an old castle.
If she was regular sized lady, people wouldn't be. There'd be none of this.
That's right.
People would be like pretty good.
lady, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampire lady, whatever.
Whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it, I guess. It's like the Green Man. He's very appealing.
That's
for
right,
some
exactly
reason.
right. This is what celebrities were back in the day. Someone was taller than other people.
It's really true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how Lincoln got to be president.
Yeah.
They went, fuck, he's pretty tall, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that hat. Jesus, this guy's got it all.
Yeah.
Death on the Nile. He probably had great policies for the time also, I assume.
Sure, yeah.
And maybe he murdered a bunch of people because that's how you get in charge, isn't it?
That's right, I think so, yeah.
I don't know, though. Don't at me with your Lincoln facts. Death on the Nile.
Yep, looks good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Have you seen anything from it? Is there a trailer?
Saw the trailer, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was a trailer.
It's got what's his face in it, and that lady, Gal Gadot, she's in it.
She's in it. That lady.
Russell Brand's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Others.
Is he a fop?
He's more a professor than a fop, I think. Yeah, that's
Sounds
right.
like his bloody podcast, am I right? I don't know. I don't listen to it. I'm sure it's great. And about dichotomy of something. Next, we've got A Quiet Place 2.
Yep, all right. Fine, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've fallen out. Like, I liked A Quiet Place, but I've fallen out of... It's fine. Yeah.
Then you're going to love A Quiet Place 2, I feel.
Great.
Just from this, I can tell by your enthusiasm. And then The Many Saints of Newark.
Oh, that's the
prequel,
Sopranos prequel,
which
yeah.
I will try and watch this year. The prequel, that is, and nothing else.
Great.
What are your thoughts on the
A lot of tweets after you being like, what did any of that mean? I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
They didn't do much sanitation work, I'll be honest. They didn't really... It's mostly crime, if I'm honest.
Weird. What are your thoughts on the Sex and the City coming back?
Oh, they're all coming back except for...
Samantha.
Because she's like, I will not work with...
Carrie Bradshaw or the others, maybe?
Yeah. Whatever her real name is. Carrie Bradshaw's real name.
What are any of their real names?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I literally cannot.
Because I'm such...
Sarah Jessica
because
Parker.
I'm such a...
Carrie Bradshaw.
such a carrier. I can't remember any of their names. I went through them all like, well, Charlotte would remember all their names.
Yep.
Miranda would definitely remember
She'd
all
have
their
them
names.
written down.
Yeah, Samantha. She's got that Rolodex,
got a-
you
she's
know
got
what
a
I mean?
book. Yeah, exactly.
She's got a whole bloody big book, but Carrie would probably forget, you know?
Exactly. Anyway, it's Sarah Jessica
buying
Parker.
too many shoes.
Yeah, that's right. Are you excited for that coming back?
Nope. Ooh. I mean, the movies were bad, but the show was good.
Yeah.
But was it good, or was it just good?
But, I mean, it did break a lot of
time.
ground for the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But think about this. It's the city of New York.
Yeah.
As sparkly as ever.
Yeah.
But Big's dead.
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
He sucks. Everyone
Is that
sucks.
part
at
of the... Do you know that? Do you know for
He-
sure
that was
that's
going to
plot?
be the plot of the third movie.
Ah, okay,
Big
right.
was dead. And I'm
Wow.
like, cool, good.
Wow, he was killed by the Joker.
The Mikey and Petey's what I assume?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's ruined the timeline.
That's fine, I don't care.
This movie's all over the
Gives a
place.
shit. Do you think it's going to be more Entourage, the movie, or more a better thing that gets a reboot?
Yeah, better thing, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think you might be right. All right, then we've got October, Dune, or is it the other one? No Time to Die, the calendar. Can't wait. So I'm just looking at that calendar. It's looking at me. I'm loving
Yeah.
it. Halloween Kills.
Yeah, right. Which was going to be released last
A
Halloween.
million years ago, yeah. The Last Duel, which is the Ridley Scott movie with Adam Driver and Matt Damon. And I started reading the book, actually. It's about two Frenchmen dueling over something.
Oh.
Maybe a woman. I don't know. Then Snake Eyes.
I was trying to think of because it's Duel. Remember Duel with the car?
Yeah.
The truck, rather.
It's a good movie.
Adam Driver.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Adam Carolla. They could be...
Maybe Adam
winning
Carolla.
team. Maybe Adam Carolla.
Maybe it's
That's
Adam
the best I
Carolla.
could do, James.
Yeah, that's good enough. Anyway, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho.
Oh, Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe
Yeah,
spin-off.
yeah.
Okay, right.
And the Last Night in Soho is an Edgar Wright
Yeah.
movie. What is it? I don't know.
Dunno.
But I'm looking forward to it. I think we might get a trailer for that soon, actually. Then November, Eternals.
Big.
Good, probably.
Yep.
Speaking of, you mentioned if they put a deaf actor in See No Evil or whatever it's called. There is one of the Eternals is deaf. And in real life deaf as well. So there you go.
Because they're super fast.
Is that how it works?
No, I think because the sonic boom. Maybe they got deafened by sonic booms. I think that's. I think that's.
Sonic Boom, the video game?
Yeah.
Wow. Shouldn't have stick it in your ear. Anyway, so go on. It's the
I was
best
gonna-
I could do. I'm sorry.
No, I understand, but I think I read. What I read was that the character and the actor is deaf, and they're the super speed one. So I think maybe I just joined the dots. And I'm like, well,
that'd be cool.
maybe Sonic Boom's Maybe like 1,000 years of Sonic
Maybe
Booms did it.
her ears move too fast for sound.
Maybe she runs and her ears stay a long way away, and
That's
they
right.
can take a long time to catch up.
Because they're on a string.
Yes,
I get you.
tin cans and string.
Oh, yeah,
Her ears
mate.
are tin cans.
It sounds really
and
good.
String.
And string. Then we've got Baz Luhrmann's
That's how they communicate, the Eternals, throughout the galaxy. Tin cans and string.
strings.
Yeah.
I should look into a different thing. Elvis movie. What's his name?
Elvis Presley.
Yeah, the famous musician. You might have know him from his music. But it's the Baz Luhrmann one. And it's got Tom Hanks as the Colonel or whatever.
Okay.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is the 5th Ghostbusters movie we figured out. And of course, Mission Impossible #7.
Which is the 6th Ghostbusters movie we
That's
figured
right, exactly.
out.
Can you believe that?
I can.
Do you reckon Tom Cruise believes in ghosts, knowing full well that he does? Because of Scientology is about
define
space
ghosts, but space ghosts.
Yeah, a lot of Scientology is based around space
I don't
ghosts.
think he believes in like a poltergeist situation,
Yeah.
but I think he would. I think if you were like Tom, all the crockery in my house moves around when I leave the room, and then I come back and it's all different. What do you think that is? I think
It's me. I'm running in. I'm moving all your crockery. I've been doing it for years.
I do it to so many people's houses. How do I fit it all in? Scientology. But I think he could probably, if he was in the mindset, he could probably go, it's probably hasn't moved. It's probably you only think it's moved because your brain is unbalanced because of thetans.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
And if we just strap you to this machine, your crockery won't move anymore because we'll have rearranged the thetans.
Exactly.
And so you won't rearrange your crockery anymore. Also, it was me. It was me the whole time.
But you're already in the machine.
It's too late.
Here's a question for you.
Yes.
If Tom Cruise had to choose between these two
Or
things.
Tom Cruise choose.
What? Yeah, that's right. If he has to believe in one
It's
of
our famous segment. Tom Cruise choose.
If he has, one of these things he has to believe in, the other one he has to drop. Okay.
Okay.
One is Scientology. One is movie magic. What does he drop?
I reckon movie magic.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Because they really got him, don't they?
They really do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'd be like, your Tom, I think your mission, as it were, in movies is over. You've completed the mission. You've taught everyone about movie magic, and that was your goal, and we're saying no.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And he goes, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
He tones it down because movie magic is gone.
That's right, yeah.
That's what drives him in
Yeah.
many ways.
Minnie drives him.
Thank you. They were
Scientology.
married, whatever.
Scientology.
Yeah. December we've got
Wait, no, not Minnie Driver, the other one.
Rogers.
Mimi Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Doesn't work at all, but still, I'll take it.
Totally works.
Yep.
When you explain it. December we got Nightmare Alley, which is Guillermo del Toro's new movie.
Oh.
That's exciting. I've got the description because I want that. It says an ambitious carny, played by Bradley Cooper, with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words, hooks up with a female psychologist, Cate Blanchett, who is even more dangerous than he is because she's probably got a knife. I don't know.
Maybe she might have a knife.
You think you're pretty good with your manipulating, but
I've got this knife.
this big
I'll
sharp
wave it
knife.
about.
Yeah. So that's cool, I think.
It should be called Bradley Cooper. The synopsis should be Bradley Cooper is a carny who realizes he could get ahead in life just by taking advantage of the fact that he looks like Bradley Cooper.
I would use that all the time.
Becomes a famous actor.
Maybe he doesn't have the acting chops. You don't need him. You just be good looking,
Yeah.
I reckon. Then we've got Untitled Spider-Man Far From Home sequel, which is that officially called. Looks good, I think. I've seen nothing.
Based on the previous movies.
I want it to be good.
Yeah, nice.
And then we've got Matrix, and I've written here, just called Matrix?
Oh.
Because I think that's what it's called at the moment.
Matrix.
I think it's going to be one of those Keanu Reeves is in the real world and they get super meta with it.
You think so? Okay,
Yep.
right. I'm
Well,
excited
then-
for it. I wish it were
I
closer.
agree. I'm
Yeah.
100% on board with it. Whether it be utter shit, as I've mentioned, I'm going to see it.
Do you think
no
there'll be
matter
some
what.
fun Cyberpunk 2077 references in it?
No.
Wow.
It's definitive.
You forbid it.
I forbid it. I will not stand for it.
Well.
Update, have you bought that game yet?
No.
Why would you? That's all the movies.
I might buy Hitman 3 this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I might get that too.
I haven't played a Hitman game since.
Hitman Blood Money? It's the last one I played.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
A long time ago, though.
Yeah. They're good, some of them, probably.
Yeah.
They're generally good, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the new ones
Oh,
have
yeah.
been very well received.
Yeah.
I know, I've heard, you probably could just play through the new trilogy because they're all very good as well.
Yes.
And you can get the story of how Hitman's maybe betrayed or whatever, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. I just want to garrote somebody and throw them off a crane or whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of that. There's a
Yeah,
lot
good.
of. I watched some gameplay footage of like an early mission. There's like a lot of flinging people off the highest building in the world.
Fuck yeah.
Like that's a pretty good way of like eliminating evidence.
And also whoever's on the ground.
They're dead also. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That's everything.
That's right.
We'll do another segment.
It's called What We Reading.
Yeah.
What We Gonna Read.
Do it.
We've been away for a little
I
bit.
haven't put the song in.
Oh, yeah, right.
Ha ha ha. I put it on mute.
Oh, you silly goose.
God damn it, James. When are you going to learn that you're the dumbest man in the world?
I guess now. Did it just happen now? Was it sunk in? Maybe it'll sink in later. You've said it, so maybe it won't get to you until later.
It might come later, yeah. Well, do you want to just talk about WandaVision, or do you want to talk about all the things that you've read?
Well, I'm trying to think of stuff that I've watched and read. You know what I did watch? I watched the first season of Staged. Did you see that? Staged is I know we said we weren't going to enjoy or watch anything that was made during Zoom.
Correct.
It is in any way,
Oh, it's the David Tennant
It's the
one.
David Tennant
Yeah,
and
okay,
Michael Sheen one.
That's fine.
And it's again,
You're allowed to watch this one.
Yeah. So it's about. It's the premise basically is that pre-pandemic David Tennant and Michael Sheen, the actors, were going to do a play, but then everything got cancelled. But their director has convinced them that they should do like Zoom meetings together and like hash out the script together. So that when the pandemic is gone and all the lockdowns are lifted, they can be like fighting fit and ready
to
do
go.
this.
Yeah,
but of
cool.
course they've all got personal problems and they've all got like they've all got the directors all like I'm sad and etc.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay,
I watched
cool.
the second season. Apparently the second season is more meta.
Yeah.
But that's not out here yet.
So they're playing themselves.
They are playing themselves, and in the second season they're playing different versions of themselves.
Oh, okay, right.
So
So it's this. It's not a continuation.
No, it is. So so apparently this is I guess a minor spoiler. In the first season, they are playing again versions of themselves that are rehearsing a play. In the second season, as I understand it, they are playing the real life versions of themselves who had a success with the TV show Staged, and now they're attempting to sell a reboot or an American version or something like
gotcha,
that.
yeah.
So they're less fictionalized, but also more fictionalized.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So the second season they're acting like the first season was fictional, which it is.
Yes.
But they're real. But they're also fictional. They're going mad about it.
I love it.
But anyway, they're both very charming. So
Yeah,
if you watch Good Omens and you're like, oh, I like those guys,
Yeah,
I'd like to see them in real life.
I did watch it and I did
And there's
like
good
them.
bands and there's a few celebrity cameos.
Is it Jim from The Office? Is he doing it?
Jim from The Office is not in it, no.
And I'm not. Tim from The Office.
Tim from The Office is also not in it.
Couldn't get Tim from The Office?
No, I mean
he's British. Like Domhnall Gleeson.
That's true.
That's right, it's back.
That's back as well, baby. Yeah. Also, what I watched, I've been watching a YouTube channel called Casually Comics. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have not seen that. I've never heard of that.
It's
amazing when there's something like that exists and I'm like, don't know what that is.
and it's basically every week the host, whose name I cannot recall. Oh, it's Sasha. Her name is Sasha, and she goes through she might go through the weekly comics, but she also might go through like an event like in comics history and like explain it, and it's good fun. So
Better than we would?
Yeah, better.
Well, that's all I need.
That's right. So like the like during the 60s when like Wonder Woman lost her powers and became like a 60s super spy.
Yeah,
'Cause that was
yeah.
in vogue at the time. So she'll go through the whole thing, or like
Oh, cool.
It's cool.
All right.
It's a cool.
I've
cool
just
series.
put a video in my watch later, so I
Nice.
can watch it later.
Nice.
Let's talk about WandaVision, though. We can talk about the first 3 episodes. Do you want to do any spoilers?
Let's do all spoilers.
I agree.
Some spoilers.
Question for people, though. We were thinking of maybe doing like a weekly recap thing.
Yeah.
And
We can do our famous segment, Who's Watching the TV series WandaVision?
We are.
James and Meso, Weekly Planet Podcast.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that'll probably go up on like YouTube with like one of those wavy bars. Speaking of Collins
Yeah, nice,
about it.
nice.
So if people want to see that.
Like it's on WandaVision.
Exactly. People want to see that, let us know, because it seems like something that, like, because it's an MCU thing, and like I kind of want to talk about this more than
Yeah.
just like every week go, oh yeah, in passing,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But how do you feel about it? Because it's not your traditional MCU.
I really
fare.
like it, and what has surprised me about it is that there is a new level of fan critique or like fan backlash that I wasn't expecting, but in retrospect, of course, this would be a thing. It's people who are mad because the show is exactly what it was promised to be. Like it's Wanda and Vision going through a series of sitcoms with an underlying like sinister secret to it.
That gets more sinister.
Yeah, but it seems a lot of people are like, why aren't they punching anybody? Why isn't this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Why isn't this a move? Yeah, they will eventually. But by because the first 2 episodes came out, in a block, and I saw a lot of people like, this is the worst thing that Marvel have ever made.
No.
It's like you can't sit for an hour without having anybody get punched or shoot a laser out of their head or whatever.
Also, we're doing Inhumans this week for Caravan of Garbage. That is the worst thing that Marvel have ever made.
Yeah, sure is.
I agree. And look, maybe it doesn't come together. But
we don't know yet.
For what I'm enjoying about it is like I watched a lot of I Love Lucy as a kid and seeing those recreations and just the absolute earnestness behind like the selling of the jokes and the performances.
Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany are great at this.
Dead on. And like the mugging.
Paul Bettany's very Rick Mayall. He's
he's got that vibe.
Mayall.
Yeah.
He's not that young.
He's
in his 40s, probably.
40-something, yeah. But I just find that they're really convincing as these sitcom-era characters. I loved the magic show in the second episode. I was just like completely captivated by this ridiculous farce.
Because they sort of engineered a scenario in which the Vision can't be his, normal stoic self and is just a drunk guy, essentially.
Yeah. And like the third episode is like your Brady Bunch era, which is also not... That is the year of sitcoms, which I do not give a shit about. Like, I hate that fucking era. I think it's like saccharine.
So we got episode 1 is basically The Honeymooners, I Love Lucy. And then episode 2 is
like
Bewitched.
I Dream of Jeannie.
And then when we got what is pretty much the Brady Bunch, and then 80s sitcom next.
Which I also really enjoyed that episode. And I loved the reveal of like... Just like Ultron gets fucking name dropped in the middle of
I was going to say that
Brady Bunch episode.
This is I like the show, but I think that a criticism that I have of it is that it does creeping suspense on the same level that it does action, in the sense that it's just a sledgehammer to the head. Like there's not, if you go back and rewatch them, it's not like there's an undercurrent of dread. It's just pretty much regular sitcom,
Helicopter
then it's like your world is a lie, and then it's like back to the dinner party.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's just kind of really kind of.
But there are littler things. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that Stark helicopter or whatever it is like a real helicopter that came into the thing?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when should we start our rampant theorizing, James?
Let's do it now. Okay. I think she's making it all up, and they've contained it, and they're actually trapped real people in that town.
It seems to, because it is a real town. Because again, we're in spoilers.
Yeah.
At the end of episode 3, we do a pullback because the character Geraldine, who's been expelled by Wanda from the town, ends up back outside it in the real world, and we do see that there's the actual town sign is there outside of this shimmering barrier, and we have like modern day soldiers and modern day equipment and whatever.
And it's S.W.O.R.D.
We've got the introduction of S.W.O.R.D., which is like Space Shield. Why they're involved, I don't know. Maybe they have a different mandate in the MCU as opposed to in the comics. I don't know. But it seems as if my guess would be that Wanda has ended up in that town. She's had some sort of mental breakdown, and her powers have caused the town to be trapped in this reality-altering field.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'd probably be like if there was. Is there ever been any indication that Wanda really likes old sitcoms or anything like that? Was there
I think
any
maybe
old
she might have grown, like from Sokovia, she might have grown up on that kind
Maybe we'll
of thing.
see a flashback to that effect,
I feel like also the Vision is probably not real.
Yeah.
Or like it's partially him, partially her because she got his corpse or whatever.
Yeah, there might be a big reveal that his corpse is in the basement or something.
Yeah. I know that like he mentioned this week that Kevin Feige was talking about using that maybe as a stinger for the end of Endgame or maybe Infinity War or something like that.
The WandaVision stuff?
No. The Vision's just show Vision's corpse to be like, something's happening with this maybe.
Okay, right.
So I think that this also feels like something that you could not continue into another season, maybe. Not in this way, obviously.
Yeah, right.
You could make a second season of something else happening.
Yeah, right.
But you can't do like, we'll do the sitcoms again or a different, like we do dramas or whatever for the decades.
Right.
You can't soap operas or whatever, yeah. But look, you're right though. There is this thing of like, it is exactly what they said it would be.
Yes.
They're like, this is what it is, and this is what you're going to get, and maybe something else is going on.
Maybe Catherine Hahn will be a treasure, and she is.
She's a treasure. She's a delight.
She's like the Ethel, or like she sort of seamlessly fits in everywhere.
Yeah.
She's great.
I mean, the casting in general is really good, and then you'll get like I can't remember. I have no idea what her name is off the top of my head. The woman from That 70s Show like makes an appearance. It's
Yes.
like things like that. You get a lot of these like kind of sitcom like players from.
There are
across
some
the years,
surprisingly
and
good sitcom-esque jokes. There's a moment.
Yeah.
There's a moment in it where there's a very sort of like the woman who's the head of the PTA or the town planning committee or whatever. She walks into a room and she's like, "Does this lipstick make me look fat?" And then the power cuts.
Yeah.
And the husband's like, "Oh, thank God." And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just a perfect, just old-timey era sitcom joke.
I think that's what I also like about it is that they're not doing like newer jokes or whatever, which I think they will do because they get to like Modern Family. I think they're eventually getting to that, but it's not like they're not doing modern references. They're like straight, honest to God, like this joke would be in I Love Lucy, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Ricky Ricardo,
Ricky Ricardo, yeah.
giving it a go.
Do you noticed any particular Easter eggs that might be of any significance?
Well, there's the Stark toaster. You probably saw that.
Yeah,
I think there's some Stark tech involved with probably keeping the whole thing contained.
well, yeah,
probably.
I wonder how much of it is.
The Beehive Man.
Yeah.
I think is like a guy trying to break in. I think he's trying to break into the.
Okay, but
Because she's it's Monica Rambeau, by the way, the woman Geraldine who was ejected, who's Captain Marvel's friend she was a little kid in the first Captain Marvel movie, if you don't know. But yeah, I think she's obviously infiltrated it because they're like, she doesn't live here. She's just a person and they're trying to like explain what's going on, but they can't because their brains have been rewired or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What? So, and the implication is that we've got Agatha Harkness in there, who was a witch of some sort, or so that's I just said her name and now I've forgotten it again.
Agatha Harkness.
No, the actor.
Catherine
Hahn.
Catherine Hahn, sorry,
Catherine Hahn. Like, what is she?
Her husband might be the devil or something. People are talking about that, or some kind of. Because he's one, but that's also a very common trope in sitcoms.
You never see the husband.
You never see the husband, or what? Like Niles' wife from Frasier. You never see.
Yes,
you know.
exactly.
So it's maybe that could just be that.
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we get a Strucker brand watch
Yes.
in one of the advertisements, and it's rated to 1,000 meters. And initially, I'm like, is that because it's is there a bunker 1,000 meters under the ground or something like that? Is it, or is it just that Strucker technology?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do not know.
Because that's quite deep.
There's
for a watch.
Yes, it is. There's some AIM stuff as well. There's some AIM callbacks, I think. Was it Hydra? They mentioned Hydra.
Yeah.
There's like a Hydra food or something. I can't remember. There was something going on. Yeah, I don't know whether these brands, though, are just...
Hydra old-time stuff. Yeah, we don't know to the
like
extent...
It could just be like things in her memory that are just like...
Yeah.
Just firing out
That's
as
why it's
commercials.
so intriguing, James.
Intriguing, Mason.
There is a moment, you might be able to find it if you look it up, in the Bewitched episode, they're in the opening sequence, you see Vision sort of walk through a bunch of walls as he gets dressed to go to work, and they're in one of the, in the rafters of the house, there is a silhouette that looks like the helmet of the villain Grim Reaper.
Oh, okay, right,
who
yeah.
In the comic books is the brother of Simon Williams, who is Wonder Man. Wonder Man is the character upon whom the Vision's brainwaves are based.
Oh, okay, right.
So that's a real stretch, and if that is the case, how are they going to link that in?
Yeah.
Maybe not at all.
I think the Vision is going to be like, it's going to be his body and some of his memories, and Wanda's like filling in the blanks.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think.
Oh, do you think there's going to be a big reveal where he's just walking around with a big hole in his head?
Yes.
Yeah, there might be.
Maybe.
Oh boy. What do you think about the kids? What are they going to do? What's the?
Yeah, I don't know, because they've got
How
kids
did she get pregnant?
They've got kids in the...
I mean, boning probably.
I mean, she can will it probably because
Yeah.
she can alter reality.
Because they were magic in the comic books. I
Yeah,
think,
something like that. I can't remember. Weren't they a boy and the girl in the comics?
I
can't
think
remember.
they were two boys.
Okay, I don't remember. Because she's from twins.
Twin,
She's
yeah.
a boy and a girl. I think we're gonna get Quicksilver, and maybe even the X-Men Quicksilver as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think we're going to get all sorts of weird multi-dimensional stuff that's also going to lead into Doctor Strange, and then there's going to be a big battle with the army or
Do
whatever.
you
which they've
think, and
hinted
it's
at.
probably too early to tell, but do you think that this is the series that is going to give us an in for mutants?
Maybe.
Because I think, as we probably mentioned, there's a famous comic book storyline in which Scarlet Witch says she uses her powers and she says no more mutants.
Yeah.
And basically all the mutants in the world are eliminated.
She goes, yeah.
She goes, yeah, I done it.
Because I love the Inhumans or whatever.
That's exactly right. So I wonder if maybe they'll do a reverse of that.
Yeah.
She'll be like, heaps of mutants.
Please, if you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you
or
wouldn't
she
mind.
accidentally creates them or merges a dimension or
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Or bloody the next door neighbor does.
Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff all around.
I think so.
I mean, I wish it was longer and I wish they were all at once. That's the only thing because I feel like this would be something I'd want to watch through, not 27 minutes each week.
Well, I'm kind of excited to watch the new
There is
episode
that as
every
well,
week,
I
yeah.
know that, but also like I just want to see it all.
Just like a new episode of I Love Lucy.
Exactly.
I'd get home from school and they'd be on at like 5:30 or
yeah,
something.
I remember.
Yeah.
Good show.
Good show.
Chocolate Factory, remember? She's
Yes,
eating too many chocolates.
yeah.
It's a good
They're
gag.
getting Nicole Kidman to be
Oh, really?
cast as Lucy in the Lucy bio.
Oh, I thought they were going to do one of those like horrible Bewitched things where they're like live action. You know, like she did the Bewitched movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was just like a.
No, they're going to do horrible live action Lucille Ball biopic, but Nicole
Love it.
Kidman, famously frozen faced Nicole Kidman.
She's less frozen faced now.
These
I don't
days,
know what
it's
they're
true,
what
yeah.
they're doing. They've
Yeah.
tweaked some
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Tweak some wires. I don't know how faces work, but yeah, there you go. Very interesting.
Should have got Deborah Messing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good choice as well. But Nicole Kidman, more famous actor.
That is true. Yeah.
exactly. Should we move to the next segment of the
Yes.
show? Let's
Latest
do it.
segment?
Yeah.
It's loading. Loading right now.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
Mason, before we do the letters segment, you forgot to mention one thing, you fucking idiot.
It's true, I
Sorry,
did.
that was rude.
No, but it's true though.
You idiot.
I also watched the new episode of Gamey Game.
I haven't watched that
Our
yet.
friends over at Gamey Game, they have a video series on YouTube. It's a show. It's a whole big new show. They've got a whole new set. It's about video games sometimes.
Yeah.
It's great. It's really
Mostly
good. It's
just
funny.
Derailing
It's good stuff.
Evan, which I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah, and he's a good sport about
He's
it.
a great sport.
Yeah, but they
He's
talk
one of
about,
the best
They
sports.
talk about the hot new game Hades, which I
I
haven't
gotta
played.
play. I gotta play that.
And other things.
I'm still playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It's from
Oh,
2010 when they remastered it and it's on the
Nice.
Switch. And I love it.
Anyway, it's good. It's a great show. And this week it has Naomi Higgins from Batch Bitches on there.
Awesome.
Jess Perkins from Do Go On is on there.
No, she's great. She's the
And
best.
Xavier Michaelis from Comedy.
Oh my goodness.
is on
Never
there.
met him, but also probably nice.
Very great. And also Evan's there. It's really good. He's good. and
He's
funny.
good, isn't he? Yeah.
But anyway, that's back. And they've got a new set. It's even bigger screens.
Are they
if you
allowed
would
to do
believe.
that?
Bigger screens.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not stopped them before.
Bigger screams?
Much bigger screens.
Wow, because they love content, don't
Yeah,
they?
that's
in
true.
video
Anyway,
games.
it's a great show. But anyway, letters.
If you do want to reach the show, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod
Pod.
on Twitter or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
That's right.
Do we want to talk about audio stuff now?
Yeah,
Or
let's
do it-
throw that out
okay,
there. Why
let's
not?
do it. Okay, this is a mistake, but let's do it. What are we doing?
Why did you want to do this? Why
Because we
did you-
started doing Unsuggestible, and it's fun.
okay,
But
right.
Suggestible is a much less successful
I understand.
podcast.
So what apparently you're doing is suggestible, and I'm
Yeah.
explaining this even though you do it.
It's fine.
Is people email in audio clips of themselves,
Voice memos
voice
from your telephone.
mail. It's like they're calling in and leaving a message on a hot line.
That's right.
And we'll have the hottest line. So apparently, you guys you listen to ones, you find some great ones, you
Yep.
put them on the podcast, and maybe people are asking questions. And you're answering those questions.
That's right.
We decided we will probably attempt this also on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a little twist. Every week we will do two pieces of voicemail, one of which we will screen in advance,
Yep.
and one of which we will not screen in advance.
That's right. Exactly.
So one we will have a prepared answer, presumably, and we'll make sure that it's not from a lunatic.
Yes.
And one, no guarantees.
we just don't know.
We just don't know.
And the thing is, as well, there'll be a lot of like, we should have screened that one, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
Or we wouldn't have picked that one because it was boring. But we will have to just go through
And
with
you know
it.
what? No holds barred, no kid gloves. If
Exactly.
if
you're sending it through, you are opening yourself up.
if your
to-
voicemail's boring.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'd
Also,
like-
if you could keep them like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if they're really long, we're just not going to open them at all.
And in English, ideally.
Oh, yeah, that's sorry, but we don't speak anything else. So apologies for that. That's our ignorance. Obviously,
Unless
not
you can
yours.
keep maybe Italian and phrases that are limited to what can be found in the primary school Australian Italian book Avanti,
Exactly.
which is how we all learned Italian.
And you go into the canteen, but in Italian or whatever that
That's right, yeah.
book is about. Stupid book. How can you learn Italian for like a decade at school here and just know none?
Wild,
Which is
right?
like everybody we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're actually Italian and then you just know it because you grew up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's a failure of the school system and not me.
Anyway, so We are assuming that you know how to record a voice memo of some sort and attach it to an email and send it to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
But in the meantime, here's a few just boring, regular old emails.
Yuck.
But I'm going to read them anyway because the printed word
Yeah.
has a certain magic for me as well, James.
Sure.
No, not for you. I mean, not as
No,
much.
I don't like it.
Not as much as a voice
I
memo,
hate
obviously.
it.
All right, but anyway, this is from Sean Sparks. He says, Big Sandwich is the best medicine.
Yes.
Hello, chums. Earlier this week, I realized I couldn't smell or taste my breakfast scrambled, like the eggs, to get a rapid COVID test, and it was positive. I think the worst is past, but I still have to quarantine for 2 weeks. I've been watching a lot of TV, and I got around to WW84, but tonight I decided to spend my sweet, sweet sick pay on a Big Sandwich subscription, and I'm now going along with the Age of Ultron commentary. The movie is making me feel worse, but you're bagging on Jeremy Renner and Hawkeye are cancelling that out.
I do not remember recording that. What year did we record that? 100 years ago?
100 years ago, yeah. I've been listening to the pod for years, but it's all up on bigsandwich.co, isn't
That's
it?
right.
So
They're
there you
all
go.
there. So much back catalogue.
I've been listening to the pod for years, and I appreciate everything you guys do, and I would really appreciate one of Mason's famous shout-outs. Well, then you've got one, my friend. You got a big shout-out from me.
Just got it just then.
And P.S. I declare myself the official Sparky of the podcast. I assume because his name's Sean Sparks, not because he's an electrician.
It could be that, though.
Could be both. Maybe he's one of those guys that...
Is that an Australian expression?
Yeah, Sparky. Yeah.
So it's not like something they do in other countries or whatever.
Maybe.
The US or UK, where this is probably from.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't say.
There you
But anyway, I'm glad you're on the mend.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hope your mouth... I was going to say your mouth hearing comes back.
Sense of taste?
Fuck
it
it
is
up.
late at night, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
It's from Ari Katz. What do you think of remastering comics like video games? For example, re-releasing something like Watchmen with new art that would appeal more to modern readers. #WeeklyPlanetPod. Now, they do this for a lot of digital stuff from like the 60s. They were like...
But is it recolored? It's mostly recolored, right?
Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
it's not a remaster in that sense. No.
Yeah,
But what do you think, though? What do you update then? Do you then update because they're so integral, they're so ingrained, the art and the pictures.
I think maybe it could work
The art
as an
and the words.
experiment, but I think for me that would only work if it'd have to be a comic that isn't widely regarded as a classic. Maybe it's just like some old, pre-Marvel, like some timely Marvel or whatever, where the comic is good but the art is terrible, and because I kind of feel like it would be kind of a slap in the face to whoever wrote or drew it, depending on what they
absolutely.
changed, kind of thing. So they'd have to all be dead as well.
Good.
Or,
Do you want to watch, do you want to see, like, a hyper-realistic, like, Watchmen kind of...
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Or maybe...
Maybe they could update Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Strikes Back, the sequel, which has terrible art.
I guess what you could... I mean, there are certainly artists where... when they started doing indie comics and their art wasn't particularly great, and then over the years they've actually gotten better. There's a guy called Matt Wagner who wrote a bunch of... He's written and drawn a bunch of stuff. He's probably most famous for a character called Grendel, who's like an assassin. And his early stuff, like the art is not good.
Yeah.
But like the modern day stuff is great. And I would wonder if he would go back to his old comics and remaster and that. Maybe
I guess that's
redraw 'em.
different because because he's like, I hate this and I want to.
Well, because it's his own stuff. I don't even know if he does hate it, but
maybe. Did he do Mage?
He did do Mage, the hero defined, and the hero something else.
Wow, that is pretty grim. The art.
Is it?
Unless it's brand new.
Oh no, dear.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. I am in favor. Like, oftentimes they will do sometimes they'll call it like absolute. They'll do Absolute Watchmen, which is like they'll remaster the coloring or something like that.
Sure.
Which again, but a lot of that stuff though, like coloring, whether the colorist was good or not, the coloring technology at the time was quite bad.
Yeah, exactly.
If you read it, like you look at an old comic from the 60s, a lot of the coloring you look at, it's like those tiny
It's
dots.
dots, yeah, it's not
tiny
actually
dots like
fill.
that. But now they can do a full fill, like a digital fill on everything.
Yeah.
And some stuff I've seen that they've done that too has been really good.
Yeah, so there you go.
That I'm in favor of.
Yeah, but not like a full redraw.
Yeah.
Necessarily,
Yes.
unless the person would maybe want to try it. Yeah, I don't know. For video games, I'm like, do it, remake it. But there's something about this that.
How about this though? What about because I guess the implication is that old art is bad and newer art is good, or like modern artists are better.
Sure.
What if you got like a classic 60s Spider-Man comic and you got Alex Ross to do painted art?
Yeah.
I think that would, because there would be no, I don't think the leap there is so vast, and also like he's such a Alex Ross is such like a special case.
It's a unique kind of.
You wouldn't be like, well, obviously this is, it is better, but I think you'd be like, well, you'd look at it and you go, well, he's honoring this legendary comic by giving it a legendary set of artwork or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe that would work. But then maybe they'd be like, who's still slapping the face of bloody John Romita Sr. or whatever.
True. But it's also a thing of like the original exists if you want it and whatever.
That's true.
So,
That is also
it
true.
would be an interesting experiment.
What a good question.
I agree.
I think it's a very good question.
Do you have another good question or email?
I have a couple.
Wait, is this printed?
These are both printed. I've got two more, they're both printed. This is from
I
Chloe.
mean, nobody sent us one yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Jesus Christ.
God, get on the
we
ball.
Are slipping.
Get on the ball, folks.
Yeah.
And us.
Yeah, and
it's
us.
from Chloe Hansen. She says, love living with you guys. Hey guys, I feel like
What?
hey guys, I feel like
I live in the wall.
Oh my God. I'm going to call the police. The phone lines have been cut. She's taken the SIM out of my phone. I feel like I'm living with you both. My boyfriend listens to your podcast with every spare moment, walks through the house blaring your banter, talks about you like your old friends. It's like you're always here with us. I hope you read this email because I know he'll be listening and I hope he realizes who he is. Much love. I also enjoy your content immensely. This is from Chloe.
Thank you, Chloe, very much.
Very
I'm glad you're not
welcome,
living in our wall. That's really good.
Maybe they're both living in the wall, though. Maybe
both you guys
that's
are
what they
walking
call
in
their
the
house.
walls. Yeah. You ever seen there's like hidden camera footage of like there's like a dude like living in the ceiling of someone's apartment and they think they've got rats, but it's like a dude living in the ceiling.
Oh, maybe I've seen
good.
one of those. That's no good. It's
I
a real
don't want that.
WandaVision situation.
It
You know
really
what I
is.
mean?
If you're living in my ceiling, get out of there. But not when I'm home. Just do it when I'm out. I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to know
yeah.
about it.
That's
Just
right.
leave.
Yeah.
I got Ashley Loves WandaVision post here. This says,
yes.
so this is in relation to something I think you'll pick up on this. # Weekly Planet Pod. Whoever told Bruce Willis to fuck off deserves a shout out on the next Weekly Planet podcast. So I know people saw this. We got tweeted at a bunch. But Bruce Willis was asked to leave a pharmacy for not wearing a
I
mask.
did say yes.
He was also wearing one of those celebrity scarves. So I think
Yeah.
so my question is, I don't want to like jump on this immediately and be like, what a moron, he's doing this on purpose or whatever. Because also we make fun of his movies, but like I think this could have been like an honest mistake of
Right, yeah.
or maybe he just did it on purpose. I have no idea.
Maybe he's an old guy and he
Yeah,
forgets sometimes.
exactly. You talked about how it was his daughter mentioned that he's deaf,
Yeah.
maybe as well, and that's something that
Yeah.
he struggles with and whatever. But yeah, put a mask on Bruce Willis, obviously. But did you get tweeted that some
Couple of
amount of
times,
times?
yeah,
So there you go.
yeah.
Any thoughts on it, Mason? Put on a mask, Bruce
Put on a
Willis.
mask. Actually, I've got two more emails. One's from Fidel Reyes, who is one of the moderators on the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group.
Oh yeah,
He sent an email, WandaVision First Thoughts, to which I would say, Fidel, you can just message me. It's probably
directly.
fine. Directly, it's fine. Put it in the group chat.
Put it in the group
Hi,
chat.
James and Maso. Hope you're doing well and starting off the year well. These episodes were very fun, and while I think people should be more patient with letting stories develop, I can understand why some would find this frustrating. It does feel like the first act of a movie, but I'm certain answers to people's thoughts are on the way. I
No
agree.
doubt, probably.
After all, it's called WandaVision. We are technically seeing things from her point of view.
Oh my goodness.
I enjoyed it a lot since I love these characters and shows like I Love Lucy, and based on the trailers, I can't wait for it to start turning into something less Lucille Ball and more David Lynch-esque.
yeah. Or a legion kind of feel, you know what I mean?
Do you think we're going to run? Has just occurred to me now. Do you think we've got to? Because we will run out of eras,
Yes.
like in a couple of episodes.
Yes.
So it must become like quite David Lynchian.
Yeah, because it's
Like
going to be, we've got the 80s, we've got the 90s,
90s,
we've got the
Modern
2000s,
Family.
and then we got, I guess we could do the 2010s, whatever that looks
just
like.
do Young Sheldon. But that leaves at least 2 or 3 episodes of
Yeah.
like we're out of eras.
Yeah.
It's going to go crazy.
Exactly.
And that'll be that. There's your lasers shooting out of people's
There's
heads.
your laser craziness
There's your
you wanted
lazy
from day
crazies.
one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Fidel.
Thank you.
Just message me. You
Just
can do it.
message
It's
him.
just fine. It's fine.
Shoot him a text.
Shoot him a text. And I got one more email. It's from Ryan. He says with the subject line, maybe the best Matrix take I've ever heard.
Oh, did we have it? That's
So
unlikely.
let's find out. Spoiler alert, we don't. So the bad tides of 2020 haven't stopped and they've swam right into 2021 to cause havoc, he said. But you're
know
not my
what?
counselor, so I'll tell you this instead. My best friend is 25 and has only just watched The Matrix this weekend. During this, he confessed for the last 20 years he thought the main character was called Neil. Maybe this isn't that funny. Maybe I'm losing my mind.
that's really funny.
It is funny, but we're also losing our minds. But I could not for the life of me stop laughing at the thought of the epic hero to save humanity might be called Neil. Especially the scene when Smith has him in front of the train and then he screams back, "My name is Neil!" I hope you're all keeping well. Stay safe, boys. We will. Thank you.
That's
That's
the name
great stuff.
that he picks as well.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
like his
I'm
real
not Thomas
name.
Anderson.
Neil.
I'm calling myself Neil. Very good.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's asked. I hope we can riff on that. We don't need to riff on
No,
that. I
that's
think
as good as it is.
That is
mate.
self-contained,
I don't know.
just good
I can't
stuff.
do anything with that.
Because that's what happens. I consider, James, the spoken word to be entertaining or whatever I said it was earlier.
I agree.
You know?
Good.
That's why these voice memos are going to go really well, or we're going to do it for a week and then cancel it.
I agree. That also.
Yeah.
Is that the show then?
That's the whole show. Thank you,
done
everybody,
it.
so much for listening.
We're back, baby.
We're back. We did it. Folks, thank you so much for listening and telling a friend and lying to a friend to get him to listen, subscribing, leaving a nice review. James, you got a nice review there?
Got a couple here. This
on.
is from John A. Zoidberg, MD. Says, I like the dog. Two guys who are probably Brits or something talk about movies, TV shows, and comics. They often sound really tired and just fed up with everything, but you get used to it. They also have a dog and might live together. I don't know. Good show, though.
Where is it? Ollie. Ollie.
She's out looking for possums. And this one's from Powdered Toasts. Says, nice pod, lads.
Oh, here she is. Hello.
3 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't change a thing. But it was actually a 5-star review. So we appreciate that. If you want to shoot us a review.
What are we getting all these bloody cartoon characters reviewing the show?
Not bloody wrong, mate. Not bloody wrong,
Oh my
mate.
God. Anyway, thank you so much, folks. If you want to get into contact with us, you can go to Weekly Planet Pod at Gmail, at Facebook, at Twitter, at Bandcamp.
Yeah.
You can also go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group where you can have all sorts of fun civil discussions about all sorts of pop culture stuff.
Give it a go.
Got any thoughts about Godzilla vs. Kong? I do.
I don't. I do actually.
We've expended them all.
Yeah.
You can also go to planetbroadcasting.com. You can sign up to the newsletter from the great Rob Collins. He's at
Doing it
Raw
every
Collins
week.
on Twitter. He's at the Weekly Planet on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm Wikipedia Brown, and on Instagram, I'm Nick Maso, NICKMASEAU. James, your Mr. Sunday movies everywhere.
I'll never stop.
Nice. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. If you'd like to chuck in a buck, we would definitely appreciate that. Anything you can spare. It's tough times out there, but you
you
do
don't
what
have
you
to.
can. You don't have to.
Yes, you
Just
don't
listen to
have
the
to.
podcast. That's
Yeah.
why we're here. You listen to the podcast.
But there's a whole bloody back catalogue, isn't there, Mason?
There absolutely is. And you can also go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. Click through there, buy some stuff, get it delivered from Amazon if you're stuck indoors. Why not? You can also go to bigsandwich.co. You can sign up for $9 dues per month. And we give you all sorts of bonus podcasts. We give you a bonus podcast every week, different stuff. Clickbait podcast, a comic book review podcast.
We did a Wolverine commentary.
We did,
for
yeah.
X-Men Wolverine Origins.
We're reviewing all the years of the world in pop culture.
We're nearly
Great
there.
stuff. We're nearly finished.
We've
But it's all
done-
up there. It's a good time.
It really is.
Some of our favourite stuff.
Agreed.
I think.
I
But
agree.
I also enjoyed this episode a lot. Let me tell you.
A bit of fun.
fun.
Next week, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea. What's out, what isn't, what's cancelled,
Yeah.
who are we, what year is it, doesn't matter.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out this week.
Yeah, we
We're both
will.
going to sleep
Yeah,
in different houses because we live in different houses.
different houses. We have different people in our walls.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Brute, the Basilisk and Rackham for all the
Yeah,
musical
really
themes.
appreciate it.
Get a T-shirt on TeePublic. Why don't you?
Why don't ya?
And that's the whole show. So grab that jam, you guys. We'll see
you
next week.
Next week. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Do you want to do it? It's fun.
Goodbye, friend.
It's good, isn't it?
It is good. I
Bye,
like it.
friends.
Oh,
Goodbye.
goodbye, Mr. Grinch.
Bye.
Very good.
Where's the sting? I found it. All right, bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.